Zeus. Big Zeus. Pull up to the gate, 1600 on the map. Off the beat of people's house, I make it like a trap. Mama frozen chandeliers, I'm balling through the ball. Power through the people, yeah, I gotta make that call.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
It's on the block, I'm breaking through, I got the keys. I'm in the lobby, yeah, I'm moving like an OG. Posted in the oval.
Let's go.
Signing for the fans, yeah, you know my game's strong. Freedom is the banner, and I got my chains on. Secret Service watching snipers sitting on the roof. Truth and written hard, I bury you inside the booth. Founding father's vision, yeah, I'm flexing with this cash. Big pharma, big tech, turn these dreams to bags. I'm the voice of the hood, trying to come and storm the gates. Balance in my hand, but the system's overweight. They painted white, yeah, but the stains running deep. Promise they selling it, but you ain't coming cheap. Legends walk these in, Lincoln, MLK. Now it's photo ops, power plays all day. I'm trapping for the vote.
Big Zeus. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday.
Powers in the air. We knocking on the door.
Happy Friday.
We gonna hear your song. Yeah. Who you think they asking for? They asking for this long.
Let's go.
People on them players, yeah, y'all think this is a joke. Take it back and write the code. 1600 got your soul. Put my portrait on the wall, they staring at me like I'm cold. Greatest story ever told. I will never ever fold. Trapping out the
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Cycle please.
Make your dreams come true. All I need.
Good morning, Tara, W. Tara in the chat.
Got the Constitution jumping, yeah, you know I'm so divine.
Happy Friday.
Outside, and the gates is locked. This power never divides. Spitting for the block. Head buses make
Let's
them
go.
wanna fight. 1600.
Good morning, W. Rick in the chat.
All night, the people's house
Is a trap, got the power, get it back. Money talk loud, time to clap. Hey.
Fight for the keys, that's a fact, it's a rap. I'ma bring it back.
Yes.
In the people's house, powers in the air. It's the people's house. We knocking on your door.
That's right, that's right.
People's house.
I wanna hear your soul. Let's go, let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Friday. Let's get this show started. You know what we came here to do. It doesn't take long to do what we came to do, all right? Yeah. JTA Creations. You got one of those videos on you? You know, I think you're busy, but we got to get the video of what we do outside of the app on the show so people can know. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Good morning, Zena. I'm like the Terminator screaming. I'll be back.
It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class.
Hey.
It's like every week I gotta take out the trash.
I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can chill and I made it. Look at my grass. Cars in the garage, your tanks full of gas.
I play the game so well, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it.
This is how it's supposed to happen when you're rich and famous. The algorithm turned you to a maniac. I guess we going viral cause my zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Let's go.
Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. Anything is my ex that me ain't like me.
They don't get replies if they text me.
With my chest cause I need it. Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited.
Alright. Here it goes. Let's go. Uh-oh, hit him with it.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live.
She's live.
That shit was radical.
Oh, really? Keep it clean.
It was horrible.
Oh.
I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Oh.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
They always say that about me. Never. You never.
It's like deja vu.
Yeah. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. They never say anything nice or kind about me, and it's just the most bizarre thing at this point. It's like all the hard work that I've put in to help, save this country, and they can never ever bring themselves to just be honest and say, "Wow, Zeus, I'm so impressed by your work ethic. I mean, the work ethic you got, Zeus. I gotta give." They never even give me that. They just go straight for the jugular. But unfortunately, I can see it coming, and we got something for that. All right. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. Nice to see all of you amazing people. Yeah, you all are talking about it. I see it. We all saw the news this morning, and I hope you've been paying attention. And honestly, it's just getting to the point where there's so many things to keep up with, and you just have to take what you can and go, okay, let's. Hopefully, everyone else knows what's been going on. All right, W Gen Z, thank you so much. Or Jen, many of you know exactly why we are gathered here on a Friday morning, September 5th, 2025, in the year of our Lord. We once again gathered to try to save, or do the work, not try, we're going to save this country. We're going to do the work that it takes to save this great country of ours from the evil clutches of Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons, who we all know are hell bent. W. Rick in the chat, thank you so much. All right, seriously. Who we all know are hell bent on destroying this great country of ours. And they're doing it illegally. I can't think of anything Donald Trump has done that's actually legal. This is where we're at. Every day, you just got to you got to understand what's happening in the United States of America currently, because there's a group of people in this country who are sick. These people are sick. Their souls. They don't have souls. They have dark souls. They say, I got dark money. No, I don't have dark money, but y'all got dark souls. They elected a convicted felon to run the United States of America. And, we all have our questions about how the results of that election really should have been, but it is what it is. And so every day this convicted felon, you can see him in the background right behind me. You can look at that hair, by the way. Look at his hair. This is another sign of the Epstein curse, right? And people say, well, why do you keep calling it a curse? It's because you can see it. It's hair loss, hearing loss, cursed hand, swollen ankles, right? And talking in gibberish, right? And those are the signs that Donald Trump, the president of the United States, is cursed, and he's on his way out health-wise. That is, and possibly through the midterms, because what we do is important. We're going to bring his poll numbers back down to earth, and we're going to shatter the MAGA spirit in this country. We're going to send the MAGA demon straight to hell where it belongs, and we do that because we engage in robust. I got to say it this way. We engage in robust discussions designed to help uplift, right, and enlighten a lot of people in this country. There's so many people in random places of the United States, even red states, and they listen to the show and then they reach out to me and they say, Zeus, I was so depressed. I was defeated. But when I come onto your show and I hear people like Jim, Val, Shay, Nutty, Ange, Swerve, all of you, I'm missing some names, but I'm pretty sure you know I'm there. Morningstar, all of you. Takesha, too. You give me hope. Rick, you too. You give me the ability to keep on fighting the good fight because, my uncle, my father, they're hardcore MAGA. But after I get done listening to you, and not just me, other great creators on this app, they go, you give us the tools we need to really stick it to MAGA and help them understand they're on the wrong side of history. And so I want to give all of you, honestly, this morning a round of applause. Because without you, it shows like I would probably not even do this, but because it's so important, we're going to do it. And so before I go into any more of what I'm going to do, are there any Trump supporters out there? Anybody out there still supporting Donald Trump? Good morning, Jess. Nice to see you. Is there anyone out there still supporting Jess? I mean, see you. Anyone out there still supporting Donald Trump? W. Jess, you can do that. Is there anyone out there still supporting Donald Trump? Oh, this guy wrote, user wrote no. Okay. Oh, somebody wrote me. Anyone still supporting Donald Trump? All right. Because I like to just be as fair and upfront as possible. All right. If you don't like hearing the facts about Donald Trump, right? And if you don't like people ruining your breakfast, your lunch and your dinner, and possibly even your relationship, right? Because what we do is we're gonna tell so much truth about Donald Trump, your head's gonna spin around and pop off. If you don't want to experience that, I'll just say this: heads up, you might want to leave this live right now, and you could go hang out with these fake TikTok hosts, and that's what they are. And I'd hate to do it. But where we're at with the Epstein thing, I'm going to say it. But you know what? I'll take the feedback. If I'm wrong, you all can get me. The fake victims out here, and they know who they are. All right, you go hang out with them because they will take your money and tell you you're living in the golden age and you've been liberated, right? and you're going to go and you're going to see your refrigerators are still empty. There's no gas in the car. Your utility bill, it's not been cut in half. It's actually double. And your credit card interest and all that is not going down. But they'll keep taking your money and say, this is what we voted for. And meanwhile, you'll be suffering, right? You go hang out with those people, all right? Because they will lie to you, but not over here. We're going to tell you the truth. And no matter how uncomfortable it makes you, we're going to do that, all right? And it's designed to shock you and wake you up and get you out of that MAGA cult that you somehow tripped, fell, stumbled, and woke up inside of, all right? And so if you don't want to experience that, right, leave right now, because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable in here. I promise you it will, all right? But get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the doors to the Thunderdome have officially closed. Thank you. I take, right, Eugene? I take no responsibility about how the sparks start to fly in here, because the truth is going to get out here. And just because we're all on the same side of standing up for democracy and stuff like that, it doesn't mean we always agree. I'm more than equipped to handle the sparks. I got my shield, and I'm actually throwing a lot of the sparks. So don't worry about Big Zeus, because we're going to get MAGA to tap out in short order. Now, what is the elephant in the room this morning, ladies and gentlemen? Does anybody know what the elephant in the room is? In case you haven't heard it, let's just go through it. It's about, guess what? The economy? What's going on with the economy?
Last month, I want to bring in CNN's Matt Egan, who joins me now. So what are these numbers? What are we seeing in this? Well, Omar, look, after years of resilience, the U.S. job market looks increasingly fragile, especially after the latest numbers that just came out. So this report just moments ago shows the U.S. economy added 22,000 jobs in August. That is very low. It's also just a fraction of the 77,000 jobs that had been expected. The unemployment rate went up to 4.3% from 4.2%. That was expected, but this is notable because this is the highest unemployment rate since October of 2021, and it breaks a stretch where the unemployment rate had kind of stayed in this very low range. Still relatively low, but moving in the wrong direction. The other big news here, though, is what happened as far as revisions. We saw that July was revised a little bit higher. But more important was June. June was revised from a low number of just 14,000 jobs were added to now negative 13,000 jobs. It's not quite showing up on that bar chart, but June is the first month where the U.S. economy lost jobs since December of 2020 during COVID. So this breaks a nearly 5-year stretch of job growth, of uninterrupted job growth in the U.S. economy. That's the second longest stretch in U.S. history, but now it's over. And when we're digging into some of the sectors here, a couple things stand out. We're seeing a number of the goods producing sectors in the U.S. economy lose jobs, right? We're talking about construction lost 6,000 jobs in August. Mining and logging also lost jobs. Manufacturing lost jobs as well. 12,000 jobs for manufacturing, which is, I think, pretty notable because one of the issues in this economy is all the uncertainty over trade policy, right? Tariffs are supposed to be supporting the manufacturing industry, but instead the manufacturing industry is actually losing jobs for 4 months in a row. This is the unemployment rate going back to 2020. You see that massive spike on the left side of the screen. Of course, that was COVID, came down dramatically, stayed at historically low levels, but now on the right side of your screen, you can see it is starting to tick higher. So I think you got to put all of this into the bigger picture, right? We've gotten a number of different indicators showing that this job market really is starting to stall out. And you're looking at U.S. markets reacting. The Dow futures were down a little bit before this.
Wow, that's, so are we all on the same page? Are we all on the same page that we lost 13,000 jobs? There's only 22,000 that were added, and the unemployment rate is ticked up to 4.3%. Can I ask the audience, who would we say, who was responsible for this Who, if you could just think of one person to say is responsible for this, who is that one person? Please, is it Barack Obama? Is it Joe Biden? Anybody out there think President Biden is responsible for Donald Trump's most successful 8 months? Oh, someone wrote Epstein. Wow. That correct answer is Donald Trump. Anyone that wrote Donald Trump, you got it correct. Everyone else, you got the wrong answer. So if I were you, you know what I would do? I would just stop typing in the comments section, and I would, stop doing that and just sit your special behinds down and continue to listen to this special broadcast, WC. And what I like to do is I like to make sure MAGA, because when they don't get the answer right, I have to then go get it from a source that a lot of them are very comfortable with, that makes them feel like they could actually, take it for what it is. And so what we'll do is we will let Fox News explain to MAGA what we all just listened to. All right. So MAGA, for those of you who put President Biden in there or listen to this. All right. And this is coming from Fox News. All right.
I showed you 22,000 jobs added in the month of August. That was much less than the expectation of 75,000, guys. The July number was revised. I will get to revisions in a moment. Unemployment rate coming in as expected, 4.3%. So that would be higher than July's 4.2%. Again, 22,000 jobs added in August. Let me get you the revisions, because this is what everybody is focused on. For June and July together, combined 21,000 jobs lower than previously reported. I'll categorize that now. So you see for June, it was revised down by 27,000, getting you to negative 13,000, and the change for July up by 6,000, getting you to 79,000.
So MAGA, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a round of Lake of Fire, and this is me doing what I really have grown to enjoy doing, sending the Trump supporters straight to hell, because this is another example of what I've been saying to them. They keep thinking the people that are going to suffer, W. Rosa, they keep believing that the people that are going to suffer are the Democrats, right? But every time news breaks, guess who's suffering? Them. And you know what I love about this is when you hear them and you read them say, this is what I voted for. You voted to destroy yourselves. And so I take great pleasure in doing this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and warm up the Lake of Fire and just send them where they love to be, in hell.
Silence, you MAGA Damon.
W. Zeus.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
And we all know when it comes to MAGA, it's both. We know that you're not that smart, and we know you hate America because we saw what you did on January 6th. Now, what I would like to go ahead and do is let's go ahead and let's explain to MAGA why they are suffering. And if you don't mind, ladies and gentlemen, what I want to do is give you all a story. This is a story, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to need you all, my friends on the, my friends on the app, right? You know who you are. It doesn't matter what party you're in. If I know you and you're a great person, you get this. Hundreds of Arkansas farmers are begging the federal government for emergency aid as their farms' economy collapses. These are Trump supporters, by the way. This year hit them with almost every disaster possible, pushing the families to the edge of bankruptcy and threatening to wipe out farms that have survived for generations. Now, you all know where I stand. Under normal conditions, I would be very sympathetic. But when I find out these people voted for Donald Trump, you know what I say? This is what you voted for. And no, I don't feel sorry. I do feel sorry for the people that are innocent and they've been negatively impacted. I do feel sorry for those people, and my heart truly does go out to them. But for those who use their hands, their legs, and their feet, and use them to actually transgress the good Lord, I don't feel anything. Actually, I'm numb. All I want to do is just, how can I get you straight to hell? That's all I want to do. So we're gonna listen to this story, and if y'all could try to hold your tears in, all right? Because this is truly sad.
Everything that could go wrong for almost everything that could go wrong for Arkansas farmers did go wrong this year. And it's so bad that many are facing bankruptcy or even the closure of farms that have been passed down for generations. A dismal global market and plunging commodity prices mean there's little to no hope of breaking even for many farmers, even as sky-high input costs rise because of inflation and now tariffs. Not to mention bad weather earlier in the year.
This time last year, the rice price was about 40% higher than it is now. The inputs costs have gone up. So after a horrible year last year, where most farmers in Arkansas Delta lost money, this year's going to be worse.
Though President Trump's big beautiful bill provided a much needed update to safety net subsidies for farmers, they won't see those federal dollars until late next year, by which time some have projected that as many as 1/4 or even 1/3 of Arkansas farmers will face bankruptcy or be forced to leave the business amid the crisis the American ag economy is currently in. It's already taken its toll this year.
I'm a sixth-generation farmer from Newport, and we made the decision to go out this year. In the spring. So my son will not be the seventh generation on our farm.
5 of my customers have committed suicide.
She said 5 of her customers have unalived. They've self-unalived. This is what they're saying in the town hall, ladies and gentlemen.
Today, Arkansas farmers gathered to share their struggles with staffers from the state's congressional delegation, pleading for Arkansas lawmakers on Capitol Hill and the governor to convince President Trump to provide emergency funding to help them make it to next year.
We have to have ad hoc payments right now to make it through this year.
If there's no emergency funding this year, there will be 1 out of 3 farmers will file bankruptcy.
So if there's no emergency funding, 1 out of 3 farmers will be bankrupt this year. And we know Arkansas, they don't have the money to do the funding. So where are they getting the money from? And I know, and you know, California. Yeah, Governor Gavin Newsom, they're taking Democrat money, propping themselves up and saying, we hate the Democrats because they're taking our money because they foolishly voted for Donald Trump. And now Donald Trump is causing them to suffer. This is why I was telling you, Trump supporters, when this is all said and done, there won't be any MAGA left because Donald Trump is going to wipe them off the face of the earth, whether it's through stuff like this with these tariffs or what RFK Jr. is doing. Y'all don't believe in vaccines and stuff like that. Yeah, good luck.
Federal government steps in to save them. Farmers have no one to turn to but God.
Oh, did you hear this? Ladies and gentlemen, y'all got to see this. Look at all these. Look at all these Trump supporters with their heads down praying. Woo, you can't make this stuff up on W Zeus. This is the exact position. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen, praying. This is how Donald Trump got him. What happened to Liberation Day? What happened to the Golden Age? These demons think God is actually hearing them. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't make this stuff up.
1 out of 3 farmers will file bankruptcy.
Until the federal government steps in to save them, farmers have no one to turn to but God.
Farmers, in my opinion, dear Lord, and it's only my opinion, are closer to me than anyone else on this earth because we deal with your earth every day. Dear Lord, we're hurting you, Lord. We can't help what's happening to us.
They're praying. They're praying right there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm going to stop that prayer right there because guess what? I'll be the first one to tell you demons. That prayer isn't going anywhere. That prayer ain't going nowhere but back to hell where it came from. So what I'm going to do to all of these farmers, Actually, I like this photo because I love seeing all of them with their heads down like that, thinking that God is actually listening to them. God ain't listening to y'all. This is what I've been telling y'all. Everything that could happen to you as a result of not listening to God is happening. Whether we're talking about the folks who flew, in Kerr County, there's innocent people, but there's a lot of people there that voted for Donald Trump. They voted for Donald Trump to destroy their lives, and y'all continue to fail to see it. I don't know what it'll take, but don't do that. Don't do that. When disaster comes, you MAGA demons, when disaster comes, please don't all of a sudden start looking for Jesus. Don't do that. Take your behind whoopings like the men and women y'all claim to be, all right? And stop dragging this country through your BS. If you got an obsession with going straight to hell, just go ahead and take care of it. We don't need to go through it, all right? But since you're too weak and too cowardly to do it yourselves, I'll do it for you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and warm up the lake of fire. If you are a farmer in the state of Arkansas, and your head is in this position, right? And you voted for Donald Trump. You know what? Could you just do Big Zeus a huge favor? And go straight to hell?
Silence, you MAGA demon.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Yeah, Hunter W. Zeus. Another story. I mean, while the economy is literally crumbling beneath our feet, there's these stories out there like this where MAGA, they can't see this is all happening because you think the mass deportations is actually a good thing. They think they still haven't figured it out that the people they're targeting are the ones that are keeping them in business to a certain degree. They can't connect the dots. And I really do think this is the most dangerous thing in the country. I thought the most dangerous thing in this country, ladies and gentlemen, was an uneducated Trump supporter that votes. All right. That's very dangerous. But what's even more dangerous is that same individual escalating their self-destruction by literally deliberately going throughout their day, doing everything it takes to undermine themselves. All right. It's the most dangerous thing I've ever seen. I've never seen people this ignorant and this pathetic, just a bunch of losers. All right. These people, they really do believe Donald Trump when he said this ridiculous.
You're going to be so proud of your country if I get in. You're going to be so proud of your president, and I don't care about that. But you are going to be so proud of your country because we're going to turn it around. And we're going to start winning again. We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level. We're going to win economically. We're going to win with the economy. We're going to win with military. We're going to win with healthcare and for our veterans. We're going to win with every single facet.
Okay.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much
I'm laughing
winning.
because it's actually
we can't
so
take
ridiculous.
it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more.
Okay, all right.
We're going to win more.
We're
going to win so much.
Okay, yeah, sure. I want to go ahead and get another story on the record. They're going after employers. A buffet that got shut down. This is in the state of Missouri. And this is after they went and arrested 20 people that they said were in the country illegally. And you can never trust their numbers, ladies and gentlemen, because they always do something behind the scenes. So let's go ahead and get this story on the record, too. All right, and I'll explain why this is tied to MAGA, all right?
Tonight, a St. Charles buffet is shut down after federal agents raided the restaurant and a nearby home.
And today we learned 2 people were charged in connection to this.
The FBI.
Justina Coronel joins us from the
ICE
newsroom
right there
to
coming
share
to the house.
details in this case. Justina.
Well, Mike and Kelly, just 24 hours ago, a federal grand jury indicted 2 people from St. Charles County. Both are charged for bringing in and harboring immigrants who came here illegally.
Okay.
Now, this is after federal agents raided Golden Apple Buffet in St. Charles and a home about 10 minutes away in St. Peter's.
So you go after the buffet.
Got a drone out with a drone?
Got
In
a
this
drone
video,
out.
you can see FBI agents armed with guns go inside the St. Peter's home on Park Charles Boulevard South Tuesday morning.
He looks like he's been at the
An
buffet.
agent screaming, "Hands up," in Spanish. A witness who took this video said agents arrested 20 people. No one answered at the door Thursday morning. Then an hour later, 5 on your side learned 56-year-old Galingi.
So look at the restaurant owners. Can you get the names? This is the name of the restaurant owners that ICE and the FBI went and got out there in Missouri. Now, this is why I'm going to send MAGA straight to hell. And y'all kind of caught on to it. You see this big boy right there? Knowing he was at the buffet the other day. Knowing he was over there slapping, just knocking down the fried chicken and the sides, eating himself into oblivion. Because you don't get that way unless you've actually been to the buffet. And I know this, so don't ask me how, but I could tell. So you go and eat at the buffet. This is the MAGA logic. Then you say, oh, I've been tricked. I've been duped into coming into a restaurant and eating myself to oblivion by the immigrants. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call the FBI. I'm going to get ICE involved. So what he doesn't understand is no more buffet. No more buffet for you. No more cheap food. And you know what? You're going to be crying, but you're not going to understand that you did it to yourself. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and do this together. To all the Trump supporters out there that still haven't figured out that the immigrants are also, get this, not just helping to put money in your pocket, but they're also helping you to eat. Maybe this will help. Let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire once again. And let's send these deranged lunatics who they don't care about themselves. They don't care about America. They don't even care the fact that this is how they eat. Let's go ahead and send them straight to hell.
Silence.
Yeah.
You MAGA Damon.
Listen, can I ask, am I being too mean? Am I being too mean to MAGA this morning, ladies and gentlemen? Because I don't want to come across, good morning, Val. I don't want to come across as a mean person. But if I'm being too mean, please let me know. I'll take the feedback under consideration, and you can reach out to any of my mods. We have a customer service department, and if you got any complaints, just check in with the mods, and they'll try to do something about it. All right. But in the meantime, and in between time, W Zeus. Thank you. Eugene said I need to be meaner. Well, speaking of that, Eugene, you know what I got to do? Because this is going to make me get a little upset, and it has to do with, you've guessed it. You've guessed it.
Sure.
Could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Okay, fair enough. I will. So yeah, yesterday we leaned into something very spicy and very dicey, and it has to do with the survivors who voted for Donald Trump. I'm just going to move on with that because I just came to the conclusion that perhaps there are survivors that didn't vote for Donald Trump. So my energy will be in the spirit of those as well, more so than the ones that did, because the ones that did vote for Trump, I still have a hard time dealing with how you ignored Kamala Harris and E. Jean Carroll and all the facts. I still can't find that. And so I would just say, I'm struggling, all right? And I'll be open to other ways of looking at it, but I just can't wrap my mind around how anyone could actually see all of this and go still support him. I don't get it. But what I'll do is I will let our good friend, and I haven't brought him on in a long time, I mean, in terms of hitting play, but we'll let Lawrence O'Donnell turn the temperature up. And this has to do with what happened yesterday with RFK Jr., who we all suspect was in the Epstein files.
Trump and the right to publicly lie refused to put the witness under oath. And so the Trump cabinet member who was friends with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell did not have to testify under oath today. When Robert Kennedy Jr. was first asked by Newsweek how many times he flew on Jeffrey Epstein's plane, he said once. When the New York Post asked him about it later, he changed it to twice. In her very friendly discussion with Donald Trump's former criminal defense lawyer, Todd Blanche, now the Deputy Attorney General, Ghislaine Maxwell fills pages of the transcript talking about her friendship with Bobby, as she calls him. Ghislaine Maxwell friend of Robert Kennedy Jr.
She was.
She talked about being on the Epstein plane with Robert Kennedy Jr. And then Todd Blanche asked if she recalled there being anything inappropriate with Mr. Kennedy and masseuses or young women.
Now, I don't want to get angry, but nothing makes me angrier than knowing someone did something that harms children. But even what makes me even more angrier is when they pretend like they didn't do what we all know they did. And then what makes me even angrier is when Donald Trump supporters support that person. All right. I hope that's not what just happened here, but we're going to hit play. And if it does happen, we'll get to judgment.
Do you have any recollection of Mr. Kennedy, of there being anything inappropriate with Mr. Kennedy and masseuses or young women on the trip you just talked about?
I never saw anything inappropriate with Mr. Kennedy.
And do you know whether he ever got a massage from one of the masseuses? Do you know either way?
I do not.
But not something you remember?
I mean, absolutely not. I mean, yesterday, if I didn't make it clear, I will reiterate it. I never, ever saw any man doing something inappropriate with a woman of any age.
Well, I guess that settles it. There's convicted sex trafficker, Ghislaine Maxwell, who was indicted for perjury, saying that Robert Kennedy Jr. did nothing inappropriate with masseuses or young women, and in the same breath,
yeah, she said that.
She delivers the pure perjury
perjury
of, I never ever saw any man doing something inappropriate with a woman of any age. And we have under oath testimony in Ghislaine Maxwell's trial that she was in the room while Jeffrey Epstein had sex with naked young girls more than once. We have under oath testimony in Ghislaine Maxwell's trial that she personally engaged in sexual activity with Jeffrey Epstein and those girls at the same time in the same room. And so the person who's telling you that Robert Kennedy Jr. didn't do anything inappropriate with masseuses and young women on Jeffrey Epstein's plane on a trip with Jeffrey Epstein is the very same person who in the very same breath tells the lie, I never ever saw any man doing something inappropriate with a woman of any age. Robert Kennedy Jr. is more interested in what's in the Epstein files than any other cabinet member in the Trump cabinet.
Wow.
And today, when he was not under oath, Robert Kennedy Jr. said several things that absolutely would be perjury if he were testifying under oath, including this.
So it's official. The legislature just called a special election.
No, he didn't say that. But we'll get into that.
Do you think the women on the steps of the Capitol were a hoax yesterday?
I don't know about any women on the steps of the Capitol.
The women who were talking about Epstein, do you think they were a hoax yesterday?
Do I think they were
Do you think they were perpetrating a hoax yesterday?
perpetuating a hoax?
Yeah.
I have no idea what they were saying. This is the first time hearing about it.
You're hearing about the women on the Capitol steps saying that they believe that the Epstein information should be made public. That's the first you're hearing about it. What I'm saying is you are perpetrating hoaxes. You, as this Secretary of Health, so you're undermining the whole healthcare delivery system, and you keep trying to point to chronic disease, but you're not putting solutions on the table to cover more Americans, and you're taking away the science and technology that has made us the leader that has saved, according to the first Trump administration Surgeon General, millions of lives, and you don't want to keep that going. So no, I don't support your continued efforts as Secretary.
Get him, Lauren.
Now you know what he looks like when he's lying. Of course, you already did.
Yep.
He actually said, I don't know about any women on the steps of the Capitol yesterday. That's a lie. That's a lie. The world knows that's a lie. And he has he believes Kennedy entitled audacity to be able to sit there and lie in that committee, to you, to the world. He believes he was born with the right to lie like that. He says, this is the first I'm hearing about it.
Really?
That's a lie.
Yeah.
You know that's a lie. Everyone knows that's a lie.
Facts.
Everyone in Washington, everyone in the country knew what was happening on the steps of the Capitol last night. Robert Kennedy Jr. sat in the witness chair in the Senate Finance Committee and accused United States senators of lying.
Wow.
That has never happened in the witness chair in that hearing room before.
Wow.
Where I worked on the staff of that committee during hundreds of hearings over several years.
Get him, Lord.
The birthright that he believes he has to any job that he's unqualified for comes with, he believes, the right to lie to anyone about anything, including when lives are at stake. The right to lie to parents about how to keep their children healthy. The right to lie to this country about public health. The right to lie to the world about vaccines. He believes he has that right. Our first guest.
What a disgrace. And you know what, Lawrence? He might believe that he has the right to lie to everybody else, but he doesn't have the right to lie to God, right? And we know where RFK Jr. and his kind will end up. And what I am going to do with great pleasure, because RFK Jr., you know what you've been doing, and you've been caught so many times. We don't need you to say it. We already know. You're part of the deep state, oligarchy, cabal, cover up, however they want to frame it. And we know what you did with those girls, all right? And I don't need to go into detail, but for some strange reason, you lied yesterday. You didn't have to lie if you were innocent. And kids grow up, you know when your parents catch you. They know when you're lying, right? Your parents know when you're lying. And I just got the same vibe from RFK Jr. yesterday. I know you're lying. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do? Let's go ahead and warm this up. This is for RFK Jr., and I'm assuming there's somebody out here that still support him. There's Trump supporters out here that are still supporting RFK Jr., right? Because you think what I'm saying and all this information that I'm sharing, you think it's all make-believe. So guess what? You know what I'm going to do? Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send them where they came from. Straight to hell!
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right. Now, the other thing that I wanted to at least address, and this is something this has to do with Epstein. There's a couple more things, and then I'm going to open up the box, and we're going to have rich discussions. Say it isn't so. So what they're saying is Republicans are going to, if they do release the Epstein files, they're going to take all the names of the Republicans out, right? I mean, is this what I'm hearing? Is this how low we've gotten as a country? Protecting people who are committing crimes like this, harming children. Is this what they're saying? And so we'll get this on the record. This is an undercover journalist, DOJ deputy chief, on what the Trump administration will do with the Epstein files. They'll redact every Republican or conservative person in those files, leave all the liberal Democrat people in those files. And so we'll get this on the record, all right?
Yeah, thousands and thousands of pages of files. They'll redact every Republican or conservative person in those files, leave all the liberal Democratic people in those files.
Have they visited that Maxwell person?
Yeah.
And also involved?
She got transferred to a minimum security prison too recently, which is against BOP policy because she's a convicted sex offender. They're offering her something to keep her on shut.
That was the.
So that's what he just said. They're putting Maxwell in a minimum security prison to keep her mouth shut, and they're going to redact all of the Republican MAGA folks that are in those files, but leave the liberal Democrats in there. So, ladies and gentlemen, we already know what's going on right now. So, to the Trump supporters out there, oh, you think Joe Biden and Obama are in there? Okay. Do you think Donald Trump is in there? And then look at the chat. Everyone says this is verified. Eli's. You should really change your name to just drop the E and change. No, actually keep the E, but put an M in front of it and then just say Me lies. Would you please come up here and bring any evidence that you have that can prove President Biden or Barack Obama, first of all, are in those files? But then number two, I'll be honest with you, me lies. If they are in there, you know what they deserve? The same thing you deserve, which is what? Oh, you too, Kimmy. I see you. Okay, great, Kimmy. It's fine. It's so nice to see you in here, Kimmy, because I was a little concerned. But unfortunately, you got a lot of work to do. So you can join me, Lies, and all these other people out here that are not protecting the kids, all right, and go straight to hell.
Silence.
Oh.
MAGA Daily.
W Zeus. Hey. Now, what I wanted to do is we always have some of that, but let's go ahead and let Midas Touch go ahead and break it down to us. Some of the things that I think MAGA really should be concerned about, all right? And I've covered some of them, but we'll at least do this, ladies and gentlemen, in order to make sure we cover all the bases this morning.
Where he was yesterday, he needed Melania Trump to whisper in his ear what questions were being asked by the press during this bizarre dinner he held with tech executives at the White House. We'll talk about that in a little bit as well. But Donald Trump then posted photographs of himself and Vladimir Putin over and over again on his social media platform, as though he was like posting photos of like a girlfriend and they're in like the honeymoon phase of a relationship. I just want you to think how disrespectful this is to Ukraine and our allies, what went down yesterday, or perhaps former allies. So yesterday there was supposed to be a coalition of the willing meeting in Paris. Trump didn't show up. Trump didn't even show up virtually. He sent Steve Witkoff. I'll do a whole other video of this in about 90 minutes. But Witkoff ambushed everybody at the meeting, started attacking our European allies, made all these accusations against them, then stormed out of the room. And then the European leaders with Zelensky had to call Donald Trump. The whole thing was absolutely horrific. Our former allies in Europe and Zelensky held their dignity, but it was just a total mayhem. And then Donald Trump, like the little petulant child that he is, no offense to petulant children, starts posting like love photos of himself and Vladimir Putin. But folks, I think Donald Trump is also feeling the heat, and he knows how much more popular California Governor Gavin Newsom is than Trump, and Trump's plummeting in all polls as well. YouGov, Yahoo, they do very good polling, by the way.
Yeah.
They ran mock scenarios of Newsom versus Vance and Newsom versus Trump. Newsom trounces both Vance and Trump if the election were to be held tomorrow. It should.
Let's pause that right there. Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, Patrick, Eli, Me Lies. Look at those poll numbers. Told you we're going to bring those poll numbers right back to earth. And this is why Donald Trump is freaking out. Yeah, the economy's not going that well. Gavin Newsom is more handsome and more attractive than him. You know what I'm saying? Can speak and is more articulate and is a Democrat. Y'all can't stand that. And guess what? He's actually a white guy too, MAGA. Yeah, those numbers are real. Those are real. This is doom. Doomsday is coming for you, MAGA. And I will be front row, front and center, making sure all of you, when God's judgment visits upon you, your heads are down, you're bowing because you think you're praying to God. You're not praying to God. You're praying to the demon you've been worshiping. And we're going to catch you, and we're going to take care of you. But, you know, I'm going to let Ben continue to just deliver this.
Noted that Donald Trump is not allowed to run for another term, although Donald Trump, of course, has dictatorial ambitions and will likely try to cling to power using the military. But we, the people, will rise up peacefully, of course, and not let that ever occur. But yeah, Newsom destroying Vance and Trump, 49-41 in the latest polling data right there. Also, CBS YouGov asked Americans, are prices going up in the past few weeks, staying the same, or going down? Because Donald Trump's out there saying that prices are all going down and inflation has been solved. The Americans responded 64% say going up, 28% say staying the same. Only 7% of Americans say prices are going down. In the next few months, price expectations, 67% say going up, 18% say not change, 15% say going down. Also, that same CBS poll said government health agencies should make vaccines more available, less available, or no change.
So what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, and this is my last round of the Lake of Fire, all right? So we all saw the numbers. We've all heard the news this morning. Donald Trump is not doing that great health-wise. His health is basically done. He's on his last leg. I don't know how he's continuing other than the fact that he's getting access to healthcare that a lot of us wouldn't even be able to access in our wildest dreams. But he's not doing that well health-wise. Zena. He's not doing well with the economy. He's not doing well with foreign policy. He's not doing well with the Epstein files. He's not doing well with the trade deals and immigration, right? He's just not doing well. And so it's with great joy, ladies and gentlemen, that we send Donald Trump, right?
I want to try and get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well.
You're not doing well. Good point. And guess what? This is for you, ruining America. And just do us a favor. Take yourself and your demons, your legion of demons, straight to hell!
Silence, you MAGA demon.
W Big Zeus. And let's just make sure we get this squared away. When it comes to MAGA, we all understand that this is true.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
I don't want to do this, and I don't want to be a mean individual, but I understand MAGA doesn't respect weakness. They respect strength, just like Putin. So you got to bring it to them, and you got to knock them out, all right? And so I just want to thank all of you in the chat for tuning in. All right, so let's go to the box and let's start hearing from the wonderful people out there that are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil. You know how this goes, all right, ladies and gentlemen. And a quick PSA announcement, because I know they're out here lurking and they're trying to report Big Zeus. W. Kabira.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. All right. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and bring up our first guest. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Our good friend, Kyle. Welcome, Kyle. You're back.
Yeah. Hey Zeus, how you doing, man?
I'm all right. Long time no see.
Yeah, no, it's been a minute. How you been?
Still out here, putting up, doing the good work, so to speak. The difficult work of trying to engage these demons where they're at. All right.
Hey, you and me both, brother, man. I mean, yes. They never stop, but we got to be harder,
Exactly. I'm trying to switch because I like to do the side by side. You've been, how are things going on your end with the Progress Action Fund? And then do you have any updates for us before we get into some of the meat and potatoes, that we like to cover?
Absolutely. So, mostly what we're doing here right now with the Progress Action Fund, last week or almost 2 weeks ago, we released our Epstein ad. I think I was on talking about that as well.
Yes.
Loved it.
Yes.
Loved that Mike Collins on the hot mic just basically admitted to what our ad was about, right? Just there's a huge cover up. You just mentioned right now,
yeah.
I felt like in the last week I've been in bizarro world because I've been agreeing with James O'Keefe, MTG, Bill Cassidy yesterday in the RFK hearings. Like these people have finally got some sense. They're still behind Trump and they need to get better. But no, that's really what we're pushing right now, especially with Congress back in session now to really try to get these files out here and hold RFK accountable.
Yes, yes, and I just want to say thank you again for all the hard work. So, but you brought up a very good point. What does it say when you what does it say when we actually find ourselves agreeing with folks like, you know, I call her Marjorie Trader Green because of what she did on January 6th. But what does it say, right? Because a lot, you know, when you hear Trump say it's a hoax, you go, well, if it's a hoax, why all of this?
I don't know, because it's obviously they're hiding something. Let's just say it. They're hiding something. He didn't go to the island 7 times to go snorkeling or for the scuba diving. Let's just be real, right? So we just need to know what's out there and what actually happened, and that's what's in the files.
Yeah.
And I think she actually agrees with that. I mean, a broken clock is right twice a day. That's just how it is at the end of the day.
Yeah. A broken clock is right twice a day. And so we're sitting here, and I guess where I'm at, and I don't know if you may have followed it, you know, we're finding out that some of the survivors voted for Donald Trump. Did you hear that? And what are your thoughts about that as well? I mean, if you could speak on it, because it's making it hard in some cases for me to, you know, figure out what I can do to actually support them if you feel like they're actually going to sabotage you to a certain degree. Some people say it could be Stockholm's, but, you know, I think genuinely they actually thought Donald Trump was going to, I don't know, release the files. But what are your thoughts about that, if you don't mind?
No, bro. I bet you they generally thought he was going to release the files because that's all he talked about for. So it was that, and trans people are going to steal your guns or something. It was just all of that over and over again.
Wow.
And they got tricked.
Yeah.
Scammer got scammed to a degree, you know? So what we really need to talk about here is how they've got to a degree. And
good point.
One thing I'm really upset about with this whole thing right now is how Pam Bondi has not talked to any of the survivors since she's taken office. She's talked to libs of TikTok. She's talked to all these right-wing influencers about the files, had that whole big presser, if you remember, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And has not talked to one victim yet.
MAGA, I'm looking in the chat because, you know, there's a lot of people out here who like to say they disagree with you because they think you're a shill. They think you're a paid shill. Why, MAGA, are you there, MAGA? What do you think about this point that Bondi isn't reaching out to the victims? Do we have any Trump supporters that want to speak on that? Because this is where the rubber meets the road. I don't know what you do, Kyle, but when you get in here, they get radio silent, champ.
Hey, it's because they know that I'm just out here preaching the truth just like you are every day, you know?
Yeah.
But I come with the facts and I come loaded. That's what I do.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
No,
MAGA.
Here's the thing. Like, if this happened to someone in my family, you know, I would want the police officers, I would want the prosecutors talking to my family, telling me, hey, this is what we're doing. I don't want to find out that Ghislaine Maxwell is getting a cushy job and a cushy prison cell from watching Fox News or watching MSNBC.
Yeah.
That would destroy me. Like, I'm sure these people have been through years of therapy, years of working back.
Yeah.
And if I saw that, I would just go right back to square one.
Yeah. Me too. Now, Katie in the chat, she said something while you were talking. She says, I am MAGA and I don't care. What do you say to a person like that? Because all of a sudden they don't care about it, right? Soon as you and I, because they say it was a Democrat hoax. And I'll be honest, a year ago, I didn't care about this. I mean, as much as I do now.
Yeah.
What changed in your world to make it something you are actually now involved in looking into and creating content around, if you don't mind? Because if it's a Democrat hoax, then it's a Democrat hoax. But if it's not, maybe you can help Katie understand.
I think the number one reason is that we now have someone that is more than likely mentioned more once in these files is now the leader of the free world. Like, that is who, like, we're teaching our children about to look up to just absolutely put on a mantle. This man has done many dastardly things. It's almost to a degree. And it's in these files, he needs to be impeached. He should have been impeached for so many other things, but I don't know how you can disagree with this point.
Yes. W. Kyle right there. You get that, Katie? So, Katie, in other words, you voted for somebody that totally is unqualified, that's all over the files. And you should feel ashamed of yourself. Oh, yeah. MAGA Queen, he just explained. Now, in terms of like all of these other things that your hands in the bucket, you're working on so many things. Is there anything out there you're working on, and is there anything that you can, I guess, give us a little hint about we should be on the lookout for? Because we want to try to support you as much as possible, because you support us too. So, anything like that?
You know what? I think we got a great ad coming out here soon, really going after the Republican, tearing away the congressional maps there in Texas, and Newsom doing the best damn job he can do right now to get those seats back. We got a couple of ads going out here soon, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure Newsom wins, because A, he deserves it, and B, we need it, because we cannot have the Republicans take over the House again.
Thank you.
It's just something that we can't probably live through.
Yeah, thank you. All right, well, listen, thank you. And so what I'm trying to do now is, are there any Trump supporters out there that are brave enough to come on up here and let's have an honest question about your dear leader, and perhaps me or my good friend Kyle, we can help you if you got time, Kyle, address some of these liars in real time. All right, because it's very important.
Viper, please, to the stage.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Katie, what do the files say about Trump?
We don't know yet. That's what we want. That's what me and the weird collection of people of MTG Thomas Massey want. Mm-hmm. We want to see what's in the file, because we know he has a birthday book.
Yeah.
We know he's been to the island 7 times.
Yeah.
And we don't know what happened. I can tell you, if I've been to a place 7 times, I know what I did. I've been to Cedar Point 7 times. I rode a roller coaster.
Thank you. It's not that difficult. But Katie, or maybe because Katie, I really do think you're getting to her. What does it say that Donald Trump is doing all of this to prevent the information from coming out? You know what I mean, Kyle? Like, if he's not guilty, but he's in the files, then why is he doing all of this? Shouldn't he just want it to come out so he could totally clear this up and not have this thing dragging down his base, dragging down his party?
Exactly. I mean, if you want to get past this, then you bring out the truth if you're truly innocent. You don't try to cover all this up. You want to be free of it, I mean, like, people are out here now calling him some very terrible things, and he's just doing nothing about it when he's sued everyone else for libel, frankly, right?
Yeah.
And guess what? He's not suing these people for libel. What is he doing? Why not?
Yeah, it's a good point. And it's because, in my opinion, and I can say this, he has a lot to hide, and he's protecting people who also have a lot to hide. And what I've been telling people like Katie is they're part of the deep state cover-up at the end of the day. These people, they're protecting oligarchs, they're protecting the cabal, and they're just not defending children, and they all should be ashamed of themselves. They really should.
I mean, I honestly, they're just warping their minds at this point to a degree, because they're just, the goalposts are in the pickup truck. They're just moving constantly, I thought it was going to be January 6th, personally. It somehow wasn't.
Yeah.
I thought it would be now the economy completely going off the rails here to a degree.
Yeah.
That people just cannot afford right now. And it's not. And it's somehow not the Epstein list as well.
Yeah.
It's none of these things, because they're just so emboldened to his, I guess, charisma.
Well,
I don't know at this point.
They don't want to deal with the fact that the person, it's like the Wizard of Oz, right? They don't want to see the person behind the curtain. And I'll give you a good example. Katie, while you were talking, again, I don't know how you get her to say stuff, but she says, well, I guess President Biden was part of the cover-up. What do we say to people like Katie that still are pushing that narrative out there?
Show me the proof. Because guess what? For far as I know, Biden wasn't on the island 7 times. We just have to keep repeating that. If you went to an island 7 times that was known for what it was, then clear it up for me, because I'm only going to assume the worst. Because why would you keep going back?
Yeah, that's a good question. And so I think we basically connected a lot of dots for these hopefully some of these people like Katie and Angus. I see them out there, that they understand that they're on the wrong side of history, and that they need to fix this by stopping supporting Donald Trump. All right. Now,
absolutely.
Before we go, any other announcements before we, try to move on? There might be other people who want to talk to you. I don't know, but if so, any other announcements?
I mean, the biggest thing here is right now we're really trying to grow our kind of presence across the board here, right?
Yeah.
So follow us everywhere at Progress AF3. Watch our videos, share our videos. That's the number one thing I can encourage because, again, I've talked to organizers here in my home base of Ohio, right?
Yeah.
These ads really break through some walls here. So make sure you keep sharing them and make sure you keep supporting good people like Zeus here, man, because he's out here doing God's work.
Thank you. Thank you. And we're going to continue to support you, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you are following Kyle Progress Action Fund. Are you hosting lives on your own too? Because I was meaning to check in with you. Zena said she's in Ohio.
I'm starting to do that every week now. Okay. Every week now around 11 o'clock, I'll be on live talking about the daily news, what we need to go through, and making sure we kind of cut through the noise because they're obviously flooding the zone because they don't want to talk about Epstein.
Amen. 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 All right. Well, we're going to be there showing you some support, so please keep us in the loop and whatever we can do to help you out, champ, we're going to do it because you're having a very positive impact and you've helped win a lot of special elections. All right. And a lot of people don't know that. That's what you are really doing behind the scene. And it's truly a great pleasure for you and your team to, visit us and help us engage in this active daily battle that we all know it's real work. And we do it because we love our country, right?
Right. God bless America every day.
Amen. Amen. All right, brother.
All right, man.
Thank you so much again. And hopefully we'll see you next week too, guys. We got to keep checking in. All right.
Absolutely. Anytime you want me on, I'm here, man.
All righty then. All right, ladies and gentlemen, big W's in the chat for Kyle Progress Action Fund. No lies detected. You see that, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, this has to be one of the best shows. When you love your country, you run across all these amazing people, Kyle, Caitlin, all of them, and you go, wow, this is a breath of fresh air, seriously. And it's working because, like, I can show you the poll numbers again, MAGA. Look at Donald Trump's poll numbers. If Gavin Newsom and Donald Trump were to face each other in a heads-up match this time, Donald Trump would get the brakes beat off of him. All right, seriously, W Zeus. And we're going to help make sure that. I wish you came in on the evenings too. A lot of people want me to go live on the evenings, but it's hard to do. It really is. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right, okay. It's just me. Put a 1 in the chat, and then and we'll come up here, and I'll give you at least 5 minutes to make your case, and then you can go on back to whatever you were doing. All right, and we'll take care of the rest. Put a 1 in the chat. All right, and don't get scared. MAGA. Katie, go get your main account, Katie. Yes, Katie, I just showed you the poll numbers. They show that Gavin Newsom would beat Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. It's not that I think. That the evidence is out there. Katie, name one thing Donald Trump has actually successfully done. Alter ego. If you are alter ego, I got to say this to you. If you support the Democrats, or you actually are agent of light, I don't know what you are, you have to quit putting out rhetoric that feeds the demons. All right, keep that to yourself. Everything alter ego, what I want you to do is only put out information that's going to destroy the demon. Don't give him nothing else to work on. All right, and that's a W, Zeus. I mean, I get it, but not here, because us with common sense, we're going to look at that and we'll frame it. But these folks don't got common sense. I just showed you they eat at a buffet and then they call ICE so they can't eat at the buffet. They call ICE, they run these farms, and then they call ICE to destroy their own farms. They can't handle it. All right. And so I'm asking you, honestly, brother, be a responsible adult. All right. Seriously. And that's another W, Zeus. Yeah, Katie. And I can get back onto you, Katie, but go ahead and get you. Katie, go get your main account and then just come on in here and we'll have an honest conversation. It doesn't take long. Just go get your. Who is this? Gali Hassan. Good morning. How are you? Going once? Gali, are you there? Going once? See, I'm assuming this is a. Gali, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What brings you to the show?
Well,
did you vote for Donald Trump?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you got to say, real quick, my friend?
Well, I just want to say that I think your show is hitting it dead on the head. I think you are bringing out some sensible ideas and truths about this orange bastard. But, I'm just amazed, brother, that you got over or right at
Well,
half of America.
is your TV on in the back? I can hear a little. It's kind of hard to hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was just saying, I'm amazed that like half of America agree with this damn fool.
Mm-hmm.
That's the scary part.
Yeah.
And then they turn around and say with a straight face that they're all Christians. Hell, you can't prove to me you got a Christian bone in your body. If you can do this kind of shit to people,
Now keep it
old
clean.
people.
We got to keep it clean. My mom is listening. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. We got to. But I hear your passion. Seriously, you say you don't fall for their lies when they say that they're Christ-like.
Right, I don't, because there's no way you can tell me you're a Christian and do the kind of things to elderly people, take food out of kids' mouth and give it to a billionaire, and all the other stuff that he's doing and saying. It's just amazing to me.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody can see this fool for what he really is, but yet you still want to go around and try to protect him and hide him and,
Katie.
Put him. Yeah.
Yeah, Katie, you hear that? You hear this, Katie? You hear this, Kimmy? And you Russian bears? Listen to him. What part of the country are you in, brother?
I'm in North Carolina.
Thank you. Shout out to North Carolina. All right. Seriously, it's nice to know we got real ones out there who aren't falling for the pump fake and the okie doke. All right, getting bamboozled and hoodwinked by a con artist. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So I appreciate you saying that. Well, listen, brother, thank you for coming up here, all right? And I hope to continue to have you coming up here and spreading the good word like you've been doing, all right?
Yes, sir. I plan to.
All right. W. Galley, ladies and gentlemen. No lies detected. Katie, send me a guest request. Katie, no need to hide in the comment section. We can be civilized adults and try to have a good old-fashioned American conversation. All right? Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. All right? And that's a W Zeus. Because Katie, I don't get why you're resisting the truth. What do you get out of running back to the cult? What do you get, Katie? What are you Trump supporters getting by hearing what we're saying day after day, taking the kibble? I call it kibble because we eat the steak and lobster over here. Kimmy, you too. We eat the steak and lobster. We get the information, we process it, we digest it, and we use it to actually become stronger. Whatever we don't eat, we mix it with the kibble and we leave it out for you. And we go back there the next day, we look at the bowl and the bowl's empty. You're going, who ate all of the kibble? And you look out there in the wild, MAGA demons swirling around. We hate you. This is how I see you. We hate you, but please leave that kibble out because our leader isn't feeding us. And so you come and eat our kibble. And it's like, well, if you were really scared of us, why are you eating it? Because, if we wanted to do something to you, we would put it in your kibble, right? W Zeus. If we wanted to do something to you, we would put it in the kibble and you'd self-destruct. So obviously, we're trying to help you, MAGA. But y'all gotta do the hard part, which is start using this. Guess what? Joe Biden hasn't done a thing to you. He did his 4 years and he's gone. Quit mentioning this man. He hasn't ever met you. He's never touched you. He's not been impeached. He never was indicted. He never did anything to you besides try to help you. Everything you got going on right here is a sign that you've truly, truly been traumatized. And I know who did it. It's this guy. Yes, MAGA. And I got to say this, and then I'll open up the box for the next guest. Donald Trump has traumatized you, MAGA. W Zoo. Let's go. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I'll bring you right on up. Let's see, who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? W. Rick. Good morning, Miss Mo. How are you doing? Miss Mo, are you there? Going once? Going twice. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Mo. I think that's amazing for you to have done that, and I appreciate that. All right. Let's go on to the next guest, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Oh. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. He's coming in to get the rope-a-dope. And this just shows how fair I am. So Tom, Tiny Tank Top Tim, Tom, are you in control of your faculties today? You're gonna kind of
Always.
All right. So we had a conversation, and you said you're gonna stop being mean and doing disgusting things on my platform. So I appreciate that. What is it you have to say today?
Well, I'm just listening. I just think it's amazing that out of the victims that spoke on the steps, not one of them took the opportunity to name Trump.
Oh, so what does that mean to you? Because I could see how I could honestly, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, I can honestly see how those brain cells you have came to that conclusion, and that's brave of you. But what did it mean to you when you heard that? And to be honest, Trump's name did come up. Trump's name did come up. Are you there? Are you there? Tom, Tiny Tink Top.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes,
Did you hear what I
am.
said? Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Trump's name
Yes.
did come up.
As Epstein's friend, yes.
Okay, so you can't say. Oh, and I love that you said that. What does it mean to you
I've
that
never
Donald
denied
Trump...
that. I've never denied that.
Okay. So what does it mean to you that Trump and Epstein were friends?
That they were friends.
Yeah, like, what does that mean to you?
Absolutely nothing. They were friends.
Why are you in the car? Oh,
because I'm going to work.
All right, and that's the truck. You're in the truck, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, because I can tell it needs a tune-up. When was the last time you got that thing tuned up, buddy?
Yeah. About a month ago.
Okay, yeah. Spark plug, distributor cap, and rotors and stuff like that, huh? But they probably didn't put the fuel injector cleaner in there because it sounds like there's some misfiring going on. All right, and you might want to check the tire pressure, all right, because I can just tell right now you're getting terrible gas mileage, all right? And so, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, I thank you, but I need you to focus because you can't do two things at once with that brain of yours, all right?
No,
it's overloaded.
I'm focused.
Okay, no, you're not focused. All right, but I appreciate you keeping it clean. And in the meantime, and in between time, Tiny Tank Top 10, just focus on the road and let me do the rest. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Tiny Tank Top 10 Tom, who tried to drive and talk to Big Zeus at the same time. We can't do that. I feel bad if I let that happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and not for you, but for the innocent people that you possibly could harm. Let's go ahead and send him where he came from, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
You really can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Alter Ego, welcome back. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move it along. Good morning, Kristen. How are you doing this morning? Nice to check in with you. Hope you're doing okay. Kristen, are you there? Kristen, going once? Hopefully it's patching through. Kristen, are you there? Kristen, maybe give her a second. Maybe it's my connection. Kristen, are you there? Are you there? Let's see. Okay. Well, listen. Going once. Going twice. All right, Kristen. Well, maybe you could send us another guest request. I appreciate you, though. I do. I really, really do. All right. Let's move it along. King Wick 83. Good morning. King Wick. Hey, good morning. How are you? King Wick, are you there? Can you hear me? King Wick. Going once. Going twice. Accidentally scrolled up. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. I got to bring up my sister, Takesha. How are you doing, Takesha? Happy Friday.
Hey, Zeus, how are you?
I'm all right. Long time no see.
Zeus,
Actually, I saw you the other day.
I was just here yesterday, Zeus.
I know. Long time feels like.
Zeus, cut it out. Listen, Zeus.
Talk to him.
I want to talk about those farmers who was out there trying to get a prayer through. You know, the reporter said while they're waiting on the government to come through, they had no other choice but to turn to prayer. You know why them prayers ain't got no further than they top lip, Zeus?
Why?
Because they use that as a secondary choice.
Oh.
While they're waiting on the government to come through, well, let's just go on over here and ask the Lord in case the government don't come through. That's you putting the government before the Lord. The Lord ain't heard them prayers yet, Zeus.
Amen.
Because, see, you put your dependency in the government rather than put it in the law.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could take their heads right back up. Because I don't know who it's bowed to.
Yeah.
Because the Lord ain't heard them prayers yet, Zeus.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, when you put him second, he ain't heard you at all. Until you put him first. He ain't heard nothing you said, Zeus.
Preach it, Takesha. Preach it.
I just got to say it like that, Zeus.
Yeah.
The Lord ain't heard them prayers because they still depending on the government rather than the Lord. Now let's talk about these people that say they Christians.
Takesha gonna get y'all.
And this for Republicans and Democrats.
Let's go.
You know what they remind me of, Zeus?
What's that?
The Pharisees. And I'm going to tell you why they remind me of the Pharisees. The Pharisees thought they were saved as well. Because they tried to keep, the 10 Commandments. They wanted to tell you that you can't, serve and do works on the Sabbath. And that's what they were concerned about.
Yeah.
But they also called out other people's sins. But they took a towel and put it over theirs.
Yeah.
That's how these people are today. They want to bring up a smortion. They want to talk about transgenders.
Yeah.
They want to talk about everything that they're not doing.
Yeah.
But they don't want to talk about what they doing.
Amen.
So they want to bring out everybody else's sin according to the scripture.
Yeah.
But they don't want to read the scripture that point to them.
That part.
That's today's Christian.
Yeah. Bunch of hypocrites.
That's because they are not followers of Christ.
That's right.
They are followers of themselves.
Amen.
And so that's why they are modern day Pharisees.
That part.
Ain't that sad?
That's very, very sad. And we're exposing them every second, every day. And can we go one step further with those farmers? They put their trust in the government. Did they put their trust in Donald Trump too?
Absolutely.
Sad.
Absolutely, Zeus. They put it in the wrong place, Zeus. Talk about it, Zeus.
Yeah, yeah.
And for those women, for the people that keep saying that those women didn't name Donald Trump, those women are afraid to publicly name him because of the repercussions that they will face.
Yeah.
A lot of victims don't name their assailants right off because they're afraid. When children are molested as when they're kids, they don't come out and say daddy did it until years later because they are afraid of what's going to happen to them if they name the person that did it.
And we all know that, and they know that.
They acting like they don't understand what a victim, they don't understand what a victim goes through, Zeus, because they don't try to take time to understand it. But I'm not going to give Marjorie Taylor Greene any credit for anything she's doing, because when I heard her say this yesterday, she said, Trump needs to make it right because he said that this is a hoax and he just needs to say something to fix it. And whoever said that this would be war against the White House, they need to be ashamed of themselves for saying that.
Yeah.
They need to be. She still ain't naming Trump as the one who said it.
That part.
She's still trying to give him an out in this situation. So if they make the list and he's on it, look for her to go radio silent.
No lies detected.
Look for her to go radio silent because
Yeah.
she's not going to still be fighting when they put his name on that list.
You don't think so? You don't think she's going to have a spine and say, Donald Trump, you need to resign?
No, because she don't have now with him now. Even after he said it's a hoax, she still went on to say, because I supported him and I'm the one that got him in there and everything like that. She's still gonna support him. And their story is gonna be null and void
So
as far
that's
as she's
crazy.
concerned.
So it's like the hens running to the wolves for safety right now, is what you're saying. Because that's the visual that I just got.
Yes. I just don't think she gonna still stand
Wow.
when it comes out where he did. Anytime somebody's trying their hardest not to let something come out, Donald Trump is not trying to take up for any of the people that are in there. Donald Trump is a very selfish, narcissistic man. Donald Trump is trying to keep his stuff from coming out because he was talking in the beginning, remember? The guy said he was participating. So guess what he wasn't doing?
What?
Hiding nothing for none of his friends if he was already talking.
Yeah.
Only until he found out he was in those files is when he started being quiet and fighting against those files. So if he wasn't taking up for them back then,
Amen.
he ain't taking up for them right now.
Amen.
He's taking up for himself.
Get him, Takesha. Well, one more thing then, Takesha. I want to ask you, what do we say to these so-called Christian ladies out here who continue to support Donald Trump despite all this information right now? I mean, it's been layers of it. First, it was E. Jean Carroll. Then it was us. It was Kamala Harris. It's the 27 other women. Now the survivors. What do we say to these MAGA women, like Katie in my comment section, who keeps asking, what does it say in the files about Trump?
Katie, I'm going to talk directly to Katie.
Go ahead.
The fact that you have taken your common sense that I know you probably used to have and turned it into MAGA sense is the reason you'll never understand that you are following behind a man who has done he has done things to women that could have been done to you.
Yeah.
Your empathy is for Donald Trump, who has no empathy for you. You are pitiful as a woman. And I pray that you don't have daughters. God forbid, and I mean God forbid, that anything like this will ever happen to you or your daughters, because the same ditch you dig, the same thing you're sowing, the same way you're ignoring these women, God will make people ignore you if it ever happens to you. You have to be careful of the seeds that you sow and the people you support, because all of that can end up being your story one day.
Amen. Amen. And
that's what I got to say to her. Y'all need to quit jumping on this man thinking he is so perfect that he does nothing wrong. You have put him in the place of God when you do that, because nobody's perfect but the Lord. Everybody's not against Trump. Trump is against everybody.
Hey, I like how you flipped it. And PA pointed out a good point. Those were girls. They're women now.
Those were girls, Zeus. I don't understand how any woman can sit up and just think women are lying about what happened to them.
Yeah. You hear that, Gregory?
Just because of who may be implicated.
Yeah.
That's how I know y'all so in love with Donald Trump till you have no common sense. He did something very successful, Zeus.
What's that?
He came in and fooled the very elect of them. And that's what the enemy does. Have a great day, Zeus.
All right. W, Takesha. Y'all hear that? That's my sister Takesha. No lies detected. Yeah, we rocking and rolling this morning. We cooking and booking. Oh my goodness, I got to get in. Good morning to Brother Swerve. Hey, Cam time. Welcome, champ. Welcome. I mean, you still you look better than Nutty. I'll give you that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm letting my beard grow back in. I've been letting it grow back in over these past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I've had a rough couple of weeks. I haven't been here in a while,
Oh.
and I did suffer another heart attack.
No, you did not. Really?
Yeah, a couple weeks back. So I'm just
wow.
I'm just biding my time at this point, but I'm still in this fight.
Good, good. I'm so sorry. I felt like I just saw you, but wow, yeah.
Yeah, I still been holding my lives and stuff like that. In fact, today we'll be holding a Veterans Clubhouse.
Okay.
Veterans Against Trump, and I go over military news. Like I'll be talking about the fact that we blew a boat out of the water that just happened to be leaving Venezuela with 11 people on board, and they automatically assumed that they were part of some T group, and said, "Oh, we got to take them out," and that just wasn't the case.
Right.
And I heard this knucklehead this morning. Well, I believe my president. Really, the 2-time impeached, 34-time convicted felon, the Judith Essayer. That's who you believe. Got you. Okay. All right. Perfect. That makes a lot of sense. So I'm still investigating that story, but we talk about veterans issues and things like that.
Good.
And we bring a forefront to helping veterans.
Yeah.
I've been an advocate for our veterans on this app.
You have
been here, and I've been an advocate for our veterans as a veteran. I was told 3 weeks ago that my PTSD treatment was completely cut off. And if I feel something,
I remember we ran into the Russian bear, and she says all of this stuff about cuts to the veterans, it's not happened yet because the big beautiful bill doesn't kick in. You remember that?
Yeah, there's nothing in that bill for veterans to rebuild the veterans health care. And probably about Zeus 4 weeks ago, I spent 3 hours on my live, and we read emails from doctors from VA hospitals around the country.
Wow.
These veterans have been cut off from this cancer treatment, especially rare cancers in the neck and head. We read their emails, and the response they got was basically give them the best pain medication you can and wish them well. That was the response they got back from the Secretary of the VA, as well as the Undersecretary of VA. So those are the things that we talk about.
Wow.
And this is why when veterans that voted for Trump come up to my live, I call them traitors directly to their face. They betrayed me on a military clock. Military is represented as 4 zeros.
Yeah.
And we call it the balls to 4, right? They betrayed me and every other veteran who stood that balls to 4 watch with them in the freezing cold, on the bridge of a ship, on the bridge of a submarine, out at a forward operating base. They betrayed every single one of us. Okay? They betrayed their constitutional oath to sit here and do no harm. Well, that's the Hippocratic oath, excuse me. But what it boils down to for me, Zeus, it's the hypocrisy that they find.
Yeah.
And somehow they're comfortable with that hypocrisy. And me personally, as a veteran, if I was still on active duty, Zeus, and you said, hey, Swerve, we want you to take the lethality, the training, the weapons knowledge that you have, and we need you to turn that on the very people that you were sworn to defend, you might as well arrest me right there on the spot. Because I'm not doing it. These are the very people that I took an oath to defend, but now you want me to turn against them. I ain't doing it. Can't do it.
Real patriot, real American, a real person that loves their country. And this is what we need more of, brother. All right. And so what we've just done, because there's folks in here, they only have 2 brain cells and maybe 1 tooth in their brain, in their head. We got to make it simple for them. When you hear people like the Russian bears saying Trump is helping veterans, we're hearing from a veteran right here saying that's not the reality.
Oh, they'll be the first ones to come up and call me stolen valor.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, they want to speak to me on veterans issues when they've never had the stones to lace up a pair and take the oath. They've never had the testicular fortitude or the ovarian fortitude to lace up a pair and take the oath.
Yeah.
You see women, Vice Admiral Davids, who was the commandant of Annapolis. Usually a tour of duty like that is, you're on your way out. It's time for you to retire and you're going to finish out your tour of duty with a cushy job, right? Well, she got fired.
Yeah.
She got fired from the Naval Academy.
Wow.
And we can point to the commandant of the Coast Guard. We can point to the fleet admiral that was in charge of the 7th Fleet out of California.
Wow.
These people were fired based solely off of DEIA reasons, right? But women will sit here and defend this, say that, well, women are doing this and women are doing that. No, women are not allowed to do that. The general that was in charge of the Greenland base that we have, she was fired. Okay, all these women have been fired from their positions of leadership, saying that it was DEIA. But I just want to remind everyone of something.
It's crazy. Again, voting for their own worst interests. So women benefit from DEI, correct, Brother Swerve? Women benefit.
The ones who benefited the most were white women.
And then they turn around and attack DEI. Am I getting this right?
You are correct. They attacked the DEIA initiatives. In fact, the commandant of the Coast Guard.
You can't make this stuff up.
Zeus, in fact, the commandant of the Coast Guard was let go because she was implementing DEIA initiatives throughout the Coast Guard. They were like, no, won't have any of that. And they got rid of her.
Wow.
And this is a 32-year vice admiral of the U.S. Coast Guard, a 3-star admiral. Do you know what it takes to achieve the rank of 3-star admiral within the Coast Guard of the Navy?
But go ahead, tell us how difficult that is, because they should know. People should know this.
It's incredibly difficult. It is even twice as difficult for a woman to achieve that rank.
Yeah.
In the U.S. Navy, there's over 470,000 members of the U.S. Navy. There are only 25 to 31 female admirals. And now we're down to about 20 because of this current administration, because they've all been fired.
Wow.
And some of them won't even get their benefits because they were part of the LGBTQI plus community. In fact, the Air Force is currently kicking people out right now because they are part of that community.
Wow.
And they're not going to get any benefits either because they won't just walk away. You know, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's been done by a bunch of people who never had the stones to lace up a pair and take the oath. And all of a sudden we're supposed to sit here and say, oh, he's doing so much good for the military. And no, I'm sorry, he's not.
He's not. Because, you know, and this is the last thing that I wanted to check in with you on, because you're one of the good people that can help process this. So did you see this photo Donald Trump posted on his social media platform, Lie Central?
Yeah, I did. I have seen the photo. I didn't know he posted it on Lie Central, but I have seen the photo.
He posted this, and let me read to you what he says. He says, let me go. He says, looks like we've lost India. Make sure you guys can see this. Looks like we've lost India and Russia to deepest, darkest China. May they have a long and prosperous future together. President Donald J. Trump.
So here's the idiocy and ignorance behind that statement. Okay. We didn't have to lose India. We didn't have to lose China. We never really cared about Russia. He's the only one that cared about Russia.
Yeah.
And Pootie Tang put a message out today, it was either today or yesterday, basically saying he will definitely go after any soldiers or ground forces from the West that come to Ukraine.
Yeah.
Right? So what happened to the stable genius who could end all of these conflicts within 24 hours? We gave him 24 hours after he became president-elect. We gave him another 24 hours after he got inaugurated because they kept saying, just wait.
Yeah.
Then we gave him a month. Then we gave him 2 months. Then we gave him 6 months. Now we're up at month number 8. And he still ain't done nothing to resolve this conflict. Zeus, in fact, the man has made more back alley deals on behalf of himself than he has for the U.S. people. And let me touch on those couple of other things that I want to touch on real quick. Those farmers.
Yeah.
There was the EQIP program that was built inside of the Inflation Reduction Act. And that EQIP program, what it did, it allowed farmers to say, okay, we're going to retill the land, install newer irrigation systems so things stay watered, so the animals stay healthy.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. Donald Trump cut that off. And so many of these clowns came out and they started making videos talking about the government cut off our contract. The government did this. No, it was Donald Trump who did it, and you all voted for it.
Yep.
You voted for it. And you know me, Zeus, I'm not a very religious person. I do believe in that higher power, but I'm not a very religious person. You can sit here and pray all you want to. God is not going to magically come down and pay those bills for you to help get you out of that debt.
Nope.
You're sitting there once again. You put Donald Trump before the Lord, as Takesha tells us.
Right there. Look at him
You
praying.
put Donald Trump before the Lord, and now you're praying to the government to help you. So once again, you're putting somebody else before the Lord. Okay, so you can miss me with all that garbage.
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing that I wanted to touch on real quick, real briefly. I know you had Kristen up earlier, and I know Kristen. I've gotten really close to a couple of survivors in these past few months, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I've paid attention. I've done a lot of reading, a lot of studying, so I could just learn to be more part of that world. Okay, and I want to remind everyone of something. Those women that spoke yesterday, they were not brave yesterday. They did not just get brave yesterday. They have been brave for decades because they have been speaking up about this for decades.
Yeah.
Yesterday was just another little example of their bravery and their courage to come out and speak on this topic. And what does Donald Trump do? How many world leaders has he had in the Oval Office? Dozens, right?
Yeah.
Not one time was there ever any kind of military flyover while any of those other world leaders were in that office inside of restricted airspace. Right? Just to once again show some kind of mundane power that he had over them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call out this one guy. His name is David, but he goes by the moniker Democrats for Trump. I am currently in possession of a video right now, which I'll be posting it to my account later today, where Kristen came up to his panel as a subject matter expert, and he told his followers she didn't know what she was talking about. She was despicable. She brought up an office that was stood up under the Obama administration that Donald Trump signed some ridiculous executive order for. And then he told his followers, screenshot this and exploit her all over this app after she has already been exploited in part of her life. So I am calling, excuse my language, Mama Zeus, I am calling that bastard out. Just like I will call out every single one of you MAGAs. And here's why I'm calling you out. For the past 2 weeks, and I keep a running counter, for the past 2 weeks, I have sent 189 guest invites for MAGA to come up to my box. Not a single one of these cowards will ever come up to that box. Today, I'm sure it'll be over 200. But MAGA, the Russian bears, they will never come up. You're right, Tom. You're right, tiny tank top, testicle, two toes, Tom, turkey neck. I am tough. And there ain't a damn thing you're going to do about it. Okay? So when I say I stand with the survivors, I listen to their stories. And Zeus, I have heard some unspeakable things from these women. Unspeakable things.
Yeah.
The fact that these women were talking yesterday, I think it was Larissa Materna, who said that there was parts of her memory gone. Your brain disassociates things. And they won't give her back the copies of her investigative files to help her piece in those gaps.
Right.
Okay? It sickens me. Only to have Donald Trump come out and belittle them by saying it's all a Democratic hoax. Well, everything that went wrong with little Jeff, it happened on your watch. It happened on your watch. In fact, your attorney general went and visited that man in jail. And then a few weeks later, he shows up self-deleted, allegedly. But the hiatus bone tells a completely different story. That man was unalive, pure and simple, because through self-deletion by strangulation, that bone right there, it doesn't get broken. It never has. But his was broken in 3 different places. So go figure. But no, I stand with these survivors. Kristen Vaughn has been a great source of education for me. Another young lady that I speak with on this app, Survivor Source, has been a great source of education for me. And I'm really starting to understand what they have gone through, what they have done, and the work that they are continuing to do right now. And sometimes these ladies are up working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, helping to find missing children, missing victims, so on and so forth.
Amen.
Okay, so kudos to Miss
W
Vaughn.
survivors. Yes, W survivors.
Kudos to Miss Vaughn, who is down there in the chat. And kudos to Survivor Source if she's in here also. So that was all I wanted to say, brother. It was great.
You got it up. Yes, great. keep taking care of your health, and we'll see you around. I might pop up in your live if you go live later. All right, brother. But as always,
I'll be there.
thank you for all the work you've done and continuing to educate us all despite what's going on. All right, it really does mean a lot. W,
I encourage our veterans to drop on by, tell us any issues that you may have going on. We may be able to point you in the right direction and get you the help that you need. My co-hostess will be there to help me out because, well, my hands just don't work like they're supposed to anymore.
Yes.
But we still out here in this fight, man. We still out here doing the damn thing. We still out here letting people know there are victims, there are veterans, there are homeless people, which I've been an advocate for over 10 years, and I'm gonna keep doing the work I do.
Yeah.
Until the last dying breath in my body. So,
all right.
I want to say thank you to the kingdom. Thank you to everyone for the gifts you sent. Chef's kiss to all. Be safe. Y'all doing it. Have fun while you do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. W.
Take care, you beautiful tiny people living in my telephone.
Thank you. All right, W. Brother Swerve. Once again, no lies detected. Hey, Michael, send me a guest request, Michael, and I'll straighten you right on out. I'll get that rod straightening your back so fast you won't even know how I did it. All right. You said that I support Gavin Newsom. All right. Yeah, come on up here and explain to me where Gavin hurt you, how he hurt you. All right, because you didn't say anything when you were siphoning this money from California and using it to fund your little schemes. All right. It's so funny, Michael. You all take from California. You take the technology, the innovation, the diversity, the Hollywood entertainment. You take it all from us liberals out here, and then you take it and just turn around and act so disrespectful, so evil, so vile, so sick. If you don't like California that much, then don't take anything from California. And as far as I'm concerned, you should leave the country and go to Russia, where I promise you won't be woke anymore. All right, that's another W, Zeus. Look at this, Michael. That's probably you praying to God. God, please have the government cut me a check for X amount of thousands of dollars because Donald Trump has ruined my life, and I thought he was going to help me, but now he ain't helping me. And so God, please come in. And that's going to be you, Michael. All right, and so just knock it off. And Michael and Tiny Tank Top Tim, all of you, we see through all of you. All right, seriously. All right, if we got any Trump supporters, put a 1 in the chat real quick. I'll bring you right on up here. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right, I like to mix it up, ladies and gentlemen, just to give people an opportunity to actually show that we got range over here. We don't just sit here and run an echo chamber. Let's see. Put a 1 in the chat. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I totally annihilated the Trump supporters on this app. They don't want to come up here and explain why they're still supporting the sickest, most evilest person on the planet. They don't want to explain this. All right, let's move it along then, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Good morning, the beautiful Jazzy. Welcome. How are you?
Great. Hi, guys.
Somebody said, "Where's DJ?" Yeah. So what's going on, my friend?
Well, those farmers, some of those programs that did get caught funding, that's what. Hi, everyone. Thank you.
Look at that. Isn't she so beautiful, ladies and gentlemen? The beautiful Yazzie. And they get jealous. They get jealous when you come up here, Yazzie. They really do. There's a lot of people out here that go, we don't like the fact that she's so pretty, independent, successful, and we wish we could have her success, and they say you're a Democrat, you're a radical, you're a Marxist, and you're a communist. They say these nasty things about you.
I am a socialist. I believe in social programs. Okay, yeah. I believe in social safety nets for humans. Okay, I care about humanity as a whole. Okay,
yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's, to me, more Christ-like than what we're seeing with MAGA, right?
I guess my Jesus is too woke for them, because my Jesus didn't tell me you had to be a certain color. You had to be a certain what do you call it? Economic bracket. You had to have lighter skin.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been kind of crazy, but yeah, those programs that those farmers are losing. And I just want to tell you guys, this is going to be, it is going to be a hard loss if I have to sell my corn. I already sold this corn this year, and I sold it for $5.50 a bushel, which was a good price. And this next year, if corn drops how they think it's going to drop, right now it's at $4. So I think that's almost a $1.3 million loss for me.
Whoa. So the corn price is dropping, but the grocery prices are going up. It's confusing.
Well, the reason this is corn that feeds cattle, so corn.
See where I went.
99% of the corn and it's a commodity that is grown in the United States. It's sold for animal consumption, and that's the corn that you guys see in my fields that I put in my videos. That's actually for corn consumption, and corn is a global commodity. Well, because China isn't buying our soybeans, and the soybean market is losing out here in the United States. Those soybean farmers that can switch to crops are going to switch to corn. So they're going to saturate the big corn market. They're going to just bring more corn. And Brazil, other countries aren't taking our corn because of the tariffs that are imposed on them. So
here we go again.
We're saturating the United States corn market, all this extra corn that won't be sold. So even though I have contracts with feed yards, dairy farms, I already have where I'm going to sell my corn. Right. It's a world price commodity. The price is set worldwide, so it doesn't matter. So if it does drop to $350, it will be a $2 million loss. But it's okay. Don't feel bad for them. Feel bad for all the farmers that aren't generational farmers, that don't have their land paid, don't have their equipment paid, that have to get cash notes to just operating notes to operate every single month. You know what the government's going to do for me for losing so much money? My farm will not have to pay taxes for quite a few years because of the loss. So just know.
So
really
you're benefiting.
I'd rather have the profit, but in the end, I will not have to I will be able to write this off on my taxes for years.
So that's less revenue for the government.
Mm-hmm. Correct. I'm just I just don't know if you guys know that last year, if you guys check how much taxes we Americans pay in, okay, so it's almost $5 trillion, like 4.9 something, okay. 2.4 trillion is paid by individual taxpayers like us. 2.4 trillion.
Wow.
Do you know how much businesses pay? Corporations, like my corporation, $560 billion, 560 billion. Okay, so 2.4 trillion, and then 1.9. What was it? 1 point. The rest is from like businesses that do like their retirement stuff like that. Okay, so you have to think the majority how this country runs is by individual taxpayers, like everyone. Okay,
so we're contributing to that. And the bulk of it is what you're saying. $2.4
trillion. My corporation only gives to the 560 billion. Okay. So, when everyone's like, oh, we got to give corporations more taxes because they're going to go somewhere else. Why would they go somewhere else? They're not paying anything in taxes. They pay more to China, to different countries in taxes. Trump paid more taxes to China, to other countries than what he paid to the United States.
This is true. And we've looked into this. Yes.
Yeah. And so don't let you guys think corporations will be fine. You know what? I'm not happy. But we made some really smart planning. I think I told you guys I wasn't going to replace Bertha. She's a $1.2 million piece of machinery. So I thought we'll just update her some. I updated her. But the thing is, because I'm like, oh, if corn doesn't go well, things like that, I know I'm going to have to take losses. So, but the thing is, with the new tax code in 2020, I get to write off more. This loss will be, it's still a loss. I'm not happy about it. My corn will break even and maybe make like a 4% profit, if that, which is usually I make about 20%. But hey, it is what it is. But cattle that you guys are paying for steaks, I will be getting, I think like 35% increase in my cattle prices because that's why you guys are paying such high steak prices. Hamburgers.
Wow. So the prices of groceries and ground beef still going up.
So what is feeding humans? Yeah, I'm going to get a huge increase. But like what my bread and butter, really my meats and potatoes is my corn commodities and my alfalfa commodities. But we'll just see what happens. The good thing is I have a lot of grain bins. I just show you my homestead. My farms are actually all over rural Colorado because unfortunately when people lose their shores, I had to buy farms wherever they're for sale. So we have to send equipment there. That's why I have 8 semis. I have to carry all my equipment to different farms. I buy
real
equipment. It's a big, that you guys just see this like tiny piece.
Yeah.
It's actually super large farm production. It's just that my farthest farm from me is about 45 minutes that I could drive to go get to my farthest farm.
Wow.
It's still, but this is my
so Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom said, so you're making money off of MAGA farmers losing their farms.
Yes, I am. I'm going to buy them out. I'm going to make sure that they lose it all. And I'm going to make sure that they know that a Democratic female.
Okay. And then I support that. W Jazzy. And so this is Tiny. Do you like that answer? You got it. Okay. W Jazzy.
Yeah, if you guys want to vote for this, where you can. In 20 his first term, 26% of small farmers lost everything. Later on, they gave subsidies, but you know who got those subsidies? The big ranchers that already bought those farmers, the farmers that bought them out. Because those farmers, once you sell out, we can't sell you your farm back at what we paid for it. We're going to sell it to you probably at almost at a 30% increase. So I'm just going to tell you, if I bought your farm for $1 million, I'm going to want at least maybe $1.7 million back for it.
Yazzie, let me get you. So what you should be looking for is farmers in this position, right? Hands down, and then you just go up in there and say, God sent me, and then you know what they'll do? They'll go ahead and sell it, all right? W, Yazzie.
What happens is we actually take their homes too, just so you know. When I buy a farmer out, I will not let them own one piece of ground ever. I will not resection the house out so they can stay at that farm. I have to buy every single piece of their territory because then I'm going to tell you how it works for voting rights, for water, for mineral rights. Yeah. If I give them to sell them their house or let them keep their house, we'll say, I have to resection 5 acres out. That means their 5 acres have the same voting power as my 5,000.
We can't have that. We can't have that.
We are the same, okay, guys. We are under God's eyes. I'm the same, okay. I hate being like that.
No, you got to. And what you've done is Tiny Tank Top Tim. He's gone radio silent, and I appreciate you doing that. And it's harsh, but you have to teach these people the cold truth. It has to be done, and so you take away their vote basically when you do that, right?
Yeah, and the thing is because. Yeah, and so like people are like, I mean, in their houses, I either give it to employees. I'm gonna tell you, I rent some houses out for $300 a month for people who I know. As long as I just want them really to do the maintenance. I used to let people live there for my employees get to live there for free. Yeah. But I used to let them. You have to have a little bit of buy-in. I have to show you. I want you to do a little upkeep outside the place. Yeah. You can, $300. Just and pay your few bills, but I don't. The good thing is I don't make money off of all my homes because I can't. I mean, they're for farming. Yeah. But I just want to tell these people, we already know the two farms I'm going to buy out that were MAGA, and they're going to lose it all, and they're going to lose their home too, and they're going to have to move their kids somewhere else. And you know what? I can't. I tell Lord, what? Maybe they'll vote different next time because, like I told you, his first term, 26% of small farmers will never be farmers ever again.
Goodbye.
Okay, they couldn't keep anything. So I bought land then too. So and you know what? We have agreements with other farmers. I'm like, don't vote against me. Don't try to outbid me because then. When you need something, these MAGA farmers out here, I'm like, I'm going to buy that farm. If you want to try go in a bidding war with me, when you need something, I have more than you, and you will get nothing from me. And my uncles won't help you. We know who we are out here, and so my uncles know that I want those 2 farms to my 2.
I like it. W Yazzie, and that might be some of the best news that I've heard today is knowing that there are these people that were not really praying that someone like you, a liberal, a Democrat, a woman that's a Latina, comes and rescues them from their self-inflicted chaos. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we wrap it up, is there something else that you wanted to address before we get out of here?
I did want to discuss this, guys, and I have some Latinos for Trump. This is my what do you call it, public account, and I posted a new video on it. I have these Latinos for Trump making videos of me. I couldn't even post like the longer ones because they're all in Spanish dialogue, and I just want to tell you, they make me like, as I'm a call lady or an escort, that I am just sleep around with men.
Oh.
Now, this video that I posted, I say a little quick story. They put me like my face on bugs. They put my face on different body parts. They just are really, I just think I'm like, who could make the time to, and they think that they can bully me, which I'm like, I don't care. But the thing is, what I feel sad is I see other people on that website getting bullied.
Yeah.
At least if I have a voice and a presence and I can say, hey, at least if you guys do me this favor, you're actually doing all these other people's favors. They take people's kids out. They go to Facebook and try to find these people. They put people's mothers who, I saw an 80-year-old woman. They were like demeaning her face and doing all kinds of things. I see their kids, like kids underage, under 18, and you're like, okay, now that you guys did it to me, I'm going to call you out because I'm not going to be quiet. I mean, like, okay, so I have like, my sister and my brother-in-law lawyers, they do patent law. I have my lawyer on retainer. I have my immigration lawyer on I just want to tell people, you know, I have a large arsenal of, of resources to like do things.
Just take their land and sue them, Yazzie, because at this point, it's the only way that these folks out here with two brain cells, and this sounds like this person might not even have teeth. I was going to say they at least had a tooth, but maybe not. So it's the only way they'll learn. You got to play hardball, and you're a fierce competitor. Seriously.
With their TikToks, I don't know their real name.
Yeah. Oh, but you know, you got tools. You can find out.
Actually, okay, you're right. And
I know. We could get to the bottom of it.
But I think
everything can be traced.
Trying to get these accounts disbanded because the thing is, I wish that TikTok would have everyone have to verify their account. So then, if you want to come after everybody, well, then we're going to come after you too. And there's some of us who will use. I'm like, okay,
everything can be traced. Yeah, you got IP addresses and things like that. And you know, these people, they're not that bright. You know,
I'm going to tell you,
a lot of people think they're committing crimes and getting away with it.
My IP addresses that I purchased for my farm are in a different country. Everybody, so if you think you're going to come from me, you're going to find me somewhere else. And then they like threaten my I'm like, you know, we have pews out here too. You know that we have to like protect from wild animals, you know, and that we actually practice with our pews because I mean I have to be proficient because I mean if a coyote's gonna try to take my baby calf, I'm gonna make sure my baby calf is protected, you know. I'm like, so you don't think that me as a woman who is single with no kids, I'm not going to be protected? Of course I am.
She's not a soft target, and that's what. And they better understand that. And you got a lot of people who love you too.
Is one thing, but to think that you're going to come after me and I'm not going to defend myself.
Don't let them
you got some coming.
Yeah.
I'm nice, but I'm not that nice. Okay?
Amen. Yazzie. Well, listen.
You guys. Thank you so much for your time, but just know that MAGA is losing. Yeah. And oh my gosh, if we do take, the good thing about having a lot of grain beds, I can hold on to my corn. I can actually hold on to my corn all next year I can hold on to it till about the end of August, and then I have to clean out because then the next corn harvest happens in October. But I will be fine, whatever happens, even if it's a loss. But I just think of those people who won't be fine, those MAGA Trumpers who are going to lose everything, and I will be right here to come catch them. I will be right.
Amen. All right, Yazzie, thank you so much.
I love you guys. Zeus always comes on the morning. You guys, I have cattle in the morning. We have waters. I just stopped today because I'm like, I got to come up to show that we're not going to let Latinos for Trump or any of these tokens who they forget they're all tokens and tokens get spent. Okay. Boom. Okay. We're not going to let these black Blackies and these Trump Latinos, whatever we're not gonna let them.
Yeah, we're not going to.
Nope. God gave us a good voice and I'm going to fight for the sick, the weak, the poor, the elderly, the disabled. And yes, my Jesus is woke and my Jesus is brown too.
Amen, amen, amen. Tell him yes.
Thank you, Triple H.
All right.
I love you, Triple H.
All right, love you
this
too.
guy is the most handsome.
Thank you.
Humble, hardworking.
And she's telling the truth. No lies detected. Thank you. And Nutty, you can sit there and stew in it. Nutty can sit there and stew in it, but I want him to.
Honest, that handsome. We just all love looking at him. He's so cute.
Thank you. You're so beautiful. Thank you so much. Yes.
Love you guys. Love all my friends. We'll see you guys soon.
All righty then. All righty.
Report those counts, please. Thank you.
We will. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, another W for Yazzie Jazzy. No lies detected. Some folks only have to stew in their ugliness. All right. And that's totally acceptable. I mean, if you're honestly and you're saying it like Yazzie said, Zeus is handsome and all these things. I mean, who am I to say that that's not acceptable to say? I have to take the compliment. And so I get it. A lot of you brothers and others out there are offended and you feel like I'm hurting your. I don't try to put you down, but it is what it is. Right? Thank you. And again, I don't support folks who are delusional about what's going on. And a good example is there are characters on this app. I won't mention any artist's name, but they know they are. They get out here and they say things. Oh, I'm handsome. That's my brother. But yeah, I'm the most. Okay. All right. Keep telling yourself that because I get it. Your mom always tells you you're cute, but I'm not your mama. I'll tell you the real. All right, that's another WZ. I will tell you the real. If you're ugly, champ. And I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to get into trouble. I'll just. Oh my God. Good morning, Q Dog. How you doing, bro? How you doing, champ?
I'm making it day by day, bro.
Well, you sound better. You sound better.
Yeah, I'm making it still sore, but
okay.
God got my back.
Amen.
I'm living day by day, getting better day by day.
Awesome. That's what I like to hear.
Man, I tell you, some of these folks they try to step out of their league, like in top 10. Jazzy is not going to entertain you. She's a multi-millionaire. You got a truck that sounds like a lawnmower starting up. Just stay. Some of the folks stay in your place. Just stay in your place.
Yeah.
These folks, they get out here. They think they utilize the backs of you, me, folks like Jazzy, and try to get their name out there or their platform out there, and it's not working. If you don't have people that follow you on TikTok, why do you think they're gonna listen to what you say? You have nothing worth saying.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will have those followers that's outside of MAGA and so forth.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna leave it at that. It's Friday.
Yeah.
And some of these folks ain't got no job. They ain't got ish to do.
Facts
all day, bro. But a lot of these people, I look at it like this.
Yeah.
When they talk about Gavin Newsom and whatnot, y'all didn't have any words to say about Gavin Newsom or any other person that's in high authority that's going against Trump. Y'all didn't have nothing to say against them before.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it's a problem. Y'all want to talk about the women that spoke out.
Gavin.
Where was all this same energy when they were going after Bill Cosby? They were going after R. Kelly. They were going after P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it's a problem because it's a white T man that's out there and possibly getting his name dragged through the mud, which has already been dragged through the mud and under the slime.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden it's a problem. We know what it is.
What
It
is
don't take Stevie Wonder to see it. Anybody that has any affiliation dealing with black or brown, it's a problem. That's the reason why they keep Obama's name in their mouth. That's the reason why they keep Biden's name in his mouth.
Yeah.
In the mouth.
Yeah.
You got folks that you're on the radar for: Oprah, VP Harris, and now this fool on Fox News.
Talking about Jesse Waters.
Exactly.
Yeah. He wanted to have a conversation with Big Sis.
We got high alerts on these folks because we saying all the things that are triggering to them. And then you got these little low bearing fruit MAGAs that come in the chat every day. They wish they had that type of information coming to them. People that they were on they would be on their radar. Help me understand that.
Help us understand it. They don't.
We know it's jealousy, bro. We know it's jealousy all day long.
Yeah.
And it's going to continue to get worse and worse because they are not on the radar. They're trying to throw out there all these little MAGA words and that don't like what do they call it? A word salad.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all using your own verbiage.
Yeah.
When you're talking about word salad because it don't mean nothing. But now you that's the reason why you come every day.
Yeah.
Try to get acknowledged. Most of y'all can't even come up on the panel because y'all don't have enough followers. When you got less than 100 followers, 29 followers, 49 followers, but y'all want to come up here thinking that y'all know everything, who's listening to you?
No one.
Ain't nobody listening to you.
No one. Not even themselves.
The only time, and Zeus is only give you a platform because every kingdom has to have their clowns, their jesters. So Tiny Tank Top Tim with the same T-shirt, that's probably the only new thing that you have in your whole ensemble. Everything else is secondary or handed down.
And he chooses that. And so I don't feel bad because according to Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, everybody chooses their lifestyle. So he doesn't believe in some of the other stuff that contributes to it. And it's like, to me, it's not really a big deal what you do as long as you're happy doing it. But when I hear him say stuff like that, I just can't help but say, it is what it is. He chooses to live this weird lifestyle, and he brags about it too. That's the crazy part.
Well, the thing that I always think about Zeus is you could be loud as you want to be in a 10 by 10 room.
Yeah.
Don't mean the people down the street gonna hear you. They're not listening. You just yelling in the room by yourself.
That part.
And that's their only space when they come to your platform. They don't go to anybody else's platform. Just like that Dark MAGA.
Oh, Dark MAGA Scott. Yeah,
I popped in there when they had you on the panel. Janae with her Dollar Tree wig. Oh, they blocked me real quick. That lets me know I'm doing something right. Block me. I want you to. And I was just in the chat, bro. I wasn't even planning on coming up on the panel because, like I say, I'm not gonna let no MAGA anything reverse what I just had done a week ago. I'm not even letting that energy in. Yeah. And like I say, it's been about a week or so since I've been up on your panel.
Yeah.
So I'm taking care of self-care.
Yeah, self-help. Yeah.
We ain't listening to what y'all talk about. Y'all get up here every day. Y'all talk about Zeus. You talk about me. You talk about Nutty. You talk about Takesha. And it still means nothing. You have the same amount of people that you started with a year ago. Ain't nothing changed.
Q Dog, trust me, Gregory. Q Dog he doesn't sound angry.
Gregory's another one. He got 29 followers. Hell, at least Alter Ego got 49 followers. Dog. I mean, he a step above you. And neither one of y'all could come up on the panel to express yourself. You're
Yes.
always
So
in the
act your
chat
wage,
every day.
Gregory. Act your
Every
wage.
day you're mad. We get it. We understand that you're mad. We
Mm-hmm.
get it. We understand that you're jealous. You wish you had the people that entertain. I could go in the chat here and have over 1,000 people wish me well, ask me how I'm doing every day. Do y'all get that when y'all come in?
No.
Because y'all here every day.
They get an email from Trump asking
We
for
don't
money.
hear nobody saying, hey, good morning, alter ego. Hey, good morning, wild man. Hey, how you doing, Gregory? No, we don't. You don't get that. You wish you did.
No one cares.
But
That's
it's
sad.
okay.
That's sad.
And now alter egos, attacking Eugene. Eugene is a good guy. He follows me, check. See, I got folks like Eugene and all the brothers that go past this. They send me DMs. Hey, how you doing,
But
brother?
Eugene does say things like he's the most handsome moho, whatever that means. And
Well,
so when Eugene does that, yeah, then we gotta.
I believe that one alone. That's
But I
between
love him
you,
too. Like I love Nutty, but sometimes these I don't know what it is, but they know what they need to do. All right, and just work on it.
See, look at the chat. Look at the chat, Zeus.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Q Dog? How you doing? They don't get that, and they get in a frenzy and they get aggravated.
Yeah, aggravated. Yeah.
And on top of that, I got a private account. Exactly, Jazzy. Exactly.
Yeah.
Jazzy follows me.
Yeah.
Jazzy follows me, and she's a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
Y'all wish y'all had people like that had good sense and are good people to follow you. That's the reason why y'all pop in every day. Let me see if I could get 1 or 2 more followers. The amount of followers you get in a year, that's how many we get in an hour. And y'all still come back every day with the same rhetoric, talking loud and saying nothing.
Saying nothing.
Not
that's a song. I used to listen to that song, and maybe I'll play it for these folks because babysitting. We should get compensated. Q Dog. We should make Gregory and Viper and Wild. We should charge them a babysitting fee.
You know what? I just thought about that. I'm thinking this, Zeus. If they can't come up on the panel and they want to say something in the chat, you get 5 attempts. And if you don't come up with some good information, you either send a galaxy or you get booted for the day. Come back again the next day.
Yeah.
You charge them a fee just like the club.
Yeah, all right. Well, there you go. You're right, Keto.
Everybody in the chat, what do you think about that? Is that a good idea? They should eat all these maggots that come in here every day, spooning off Zeus information for free.
Yeah,
they should send a galaxy to stay. You got 5 minutes to send a galaxy if you want to stay.
Fair enough.
If you don't, you get booted for the day.
Fair enough.
I think that's a good idea, bro.
Yeah, I think so, and we'll work on implementing it now. Big Zeus has to move it on, brother. But as always, it's a pleasure. WQ Dog. No lies detected. Let's go. You too. You too. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Y'all got Big Zeus working overtime. All right, we'll try to do a few more, and then honestly, Big Zeus has to get up out of here. Let's blitz through this. I gotta address this. Bounce 3.0, and I guess that's 2 steps up from the 1 and then the 2. I read in the comment section, Bounce, you said you have a complaint against Big Zeus. And
yes,
and I want to be very as open to this feedback as possible. But if you don't mind, please let me know what it is, if you don't mind.
Okay. Well, could you bring Nutty up, please?
Oh.
Nutty?
Right, yeah.
Where are you?
Oh, so y'all must be ready to apologize to me. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Nutty's not here.
Uh-uh.
I don't see Nutty. So you on your own.
Oh. Well, I'm going. Okay, well, I could be on my own.
Because Nutty, if you're here, you're more than welcome to.
I just wanted to say. Well, my complaint is this: Nutty is ever since I saw Nutty for the first time,
In real life?
his voice kind of threw me off. Yeah, on your show, he showed his
Oh, okay.
picture.
Okay. I
No,
thought
on the
y'all
show
met
I
up
was
and I
on.
thought y'all
And he
met up and
finally.
linked up. Y'all didn't do that, but it's
Oh
just
no,
on
no, no.
TikTok
He's
stuff.
just my friend.
Okay. All right. Let me just.
Yeah, it's just my friend. And so I just wanted to say that Nutty is highly intelligent. Nutty is handsome. He has really nice teeth too. And so Yazzie, I know you might be a multimillionaire, and I know that you just love Zeus, and I love Zeus too. But Nutty is a handsome man, a very handsome man. And I just want to give Nutty his props on your show. And I know you are the host, but Nutty brings a lot to this platform of yours.
Oh, he does?
He comes here. Yeah, he does. Oh, why are you heating that up? Because I got something else I want to say for you. Do that because I'm a Christian. I can't go to hell.
But the spirit is willing. The spirit is willing, and the flesh is weak.
Yeah,
Now,
I wanted to
I'll
tell
slow
you
it
that
down.
today.
But I want you to know.
But
I just want
I
you
gotta
to
tell you
know,
something
Bounce.
about my mama.
No.
Okay.
Listen, I love your mom. Moms love you. I don't want moms in this. All right, this is something that I got.
Well,
to
I gotta
address.
tell you something good about
Miss
Mama today, Zeus.
sis, listen.
Yes, I love you too.
You know where we're at.
I
You're
do.
surrounded. Is perhaps we could you could apologize to everybody in here for you allowing the devil to
It's a Virgo thing. You know, Virgos
the
don't
devil
apologize.
you bounce and because Nutty, the fire isn't just for the MAGA demon. I'm fully aware of the Antifa demon too. And
I like him
what
too.
you have done, Bounce, and you know me, I'm so fair, is you've committed treason this morning. All right? You've committed treason.
Mama, I'm telling my mama on you.
So treason requires judgment, Bounce. And
my mama give you some good
Oh,
things, and then you can send me to hell.
barely hear you.
Send me to purgatory.
Yeah. So you didn't apologize. I didn't hear. Was that an apology?
Oh, well, I wanted to tell you about Mama. Okay, yes.
It was what?
It's an apology.
Oh, you apologized.
It's a
Did
apology.
I catch? Huh? Did you got a little out of control this morning?
I have.
She can't do it. She can't do it. All right. Well, listen, Bounce.
You know what?
I can barely hear you, Bounce. The fire's too high, and that hurts. Ladies and gentlemen, the Antifa demon has affected my sister, Bounce. Y'all know it. I'm not perfect. I'm trying my best to be respectful, but you can't come in here and do that. We can't have none of that. None of that is allowed. And Nutty, you did the right thing by not coming up here and supporting that. It's zero tolerance. Mama Bounce. I don't know. We're gonna continue to pray for your daughter. She means well, but I can't be a vessel that she's using to get whatever she's trying to get out of Nutty. If you and Nutty got something going on, y'all just keep that between yourself. But do not, please, Miss Bounce. You can't pollute the kingdom with lies like that. At best, Nutty could be considered cute, and that's acceptable. But he can't be the most handsome. That all belongs to me, Big Zeus. W Zeus. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to take the show in such a direction, but yeah, we and it just shows you that, it doesn't matter who you are if you can't be lying. And that's the worst thing you could do, is to come onto this platform and say someone else is more handsome than Big Zeus. And then, you know what? I mean, it's one thing when someone does it and say, I'm the most handsome, but then you actually paid Bounce to come on my show, Nutty. I'll be talking to you after this. W Zeus. I'm pretty sure Nutty scraped together whatever he could and paid for that little hit job, but it didn't work. It backfired. And you know what? We're going to keep moving and grooving over here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh. Look at the time. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Okay, we'll do a couple of more, and then Big Zeus has to get up out of here. Good morning, Missy. Nice to see you. Gotta purge, gotta cleanse what we just went through. Good morning, Missy. How are you doing?
Good morning. I don't know what is going on.
Yeah. Treason. And you know Nutty, and that's what even makes this worse. Nutty is just a bad person at this point, and I'm hoping you can help me get the message to him that he really does need to quiet this stuff down. All right, are you there? Maybe if you got in the call.
I'm here. I'm
Yes.
just processing what is going on because I'm very confused, but I'm processing.
Thank you. And I appreciate that. We've covered a lot of things outside of what we just went through, but is there anything in particular that you wanted to weigh in on before we wrap it up for the week? I know you go live and you do your show. You and
I mean, if we want to pivot from, whatever.
Yeah, you can pivot. We don't need to
the
worry
other
about
guests
that.
were talking about. I obviously just wanted to jump up and tell you how much Tab and I appreciate you coming into our show and supporting us. I never get to catch your live, so I finally saw that you were live, and I'm like, okay, I have to jump in and say hi.
Yeah.
I kind of, one of the big things we talked about on our show today is I'm really having a hard time dealing with the way people are responding to the survivors and then coming out with their stories. And so as a male, I just kind of wanted to get your perspective in how you feel people are responding to this. And of course, we know he said it was a hoax, and just how this affects women in general in coming forward in the future to tell their stories.
What angle are they saying with the survivors? I know we did talk about there are survivors that said they are Republican and they voted for Trump.
Yes.
And that was very painful, only in this. Only in the sense, like, I'm a person that has learned about, things like toxic masculinity, and, checking myself and doing work that I think would help make me, a better person, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And what I don't want to end up doing is sabotaging. And it's not about me, right? But you kind of have to go, well, and the question we asked is, how could you ignore what E. Jean Carroll said? Mm-hmm. The 27 other women, what Vice President Kamala Harris said. How could a person ignore all of that and be a true victim at one point and then still go and vote for this guy? That was the question, right? And I don't have an answer, but I also said it made me not want to even kind of say anything like, because I like to say release the files. And I was at a point where I was like, I don't even want to be in this anymore, right? It's like I'm fighting and I'm going in circles. But then I realized not all the victims, not all the survivors probably voted for Trump, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So on that note, then my resolve is strengthened. And so I understand, regardless of what it is, it's still about protecting people who might be victims of stuff like this. But
Correct.
That's my take on it. What about you?
And I think that's a great way to look at it, right? Obviously, as a woman, I feel a little slighted as far as I feel for these women and whatever manipulation they were in voting for this man. That's their own uneducated rhetoric. That's how they are. However, that's not a part of their story and what happened to them. And I stand with these women, and I feel like we should all stand with these women. They have been trying to tell their stories since the 90s. This goes so much deeper than any of us know. I believe this could completely change the outlook of our country if the truth were to actually come out. But more importantly, it's the narrative that people are saying they're actors. Why are they doing it now? It's a Democratic hoax. All of those things are what are going to make women not come forward. Women are already feel so small in this country, of the freest country we're supposed to be in, right? We're always attacked as far as our rights. Men have never lost a right. Now it's like, well, if something happens, maybe they're lying. Why did it take them so long to come forward? And it's just this really negative narrative that makes me, as a mom to a daughter, very nervous about bringing her up. in this country, knowing
Yes.
our government has been protecting these terrible humans for such a long time, and makes me think it's never going to stop, right? It doesn't matter if the files come out, it would be great, because I would like to know, and we say this all the time on our show, I don't care if you're red, blue, purple, orange, or green. If you did something to a child inappropriately, you should pay the time. Like, I would like you to be on a plane sent to El Salvador if I could have my choice, you know?
Yeah. W, Missy. And that is, to me, a solid point. The other thing that I wanted to ask you is, what do you reckon, what could be said right now? Because there are still, to me, and I've seen them, you may have seen them, there's women creators on this app, despite hearing what happened with E. Jean Carroll, what the 27 other women have said, what Vice President Kamala Harris has said, what we've been saying, and now what the survivors have said, they're still supporting Donald Trump. And they'll also bring it up if you ask them, and they'll say, "Oh, I've been SA'd before." What do we say to this group of, because in a way I want to say, you don't have to keep saying this. I get it. You might be married to a MAGA man or something, but you do understand this is other area out here in the real world where you don't have to pretend like you're okay with this.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard as a woman. It's hard enough to see women vote for this man, knowing I have 2 disabled children, knowing this man said and mocked disabled people on stage. And I know family members that voted for him. As a woman, knowing what he said and what he's done, and watching women vote for him, watching a woman who could potentially have kept us and our economy in the right direction, but they didn't vote for her because she's a woman. It was very disappointing to me. And to see these creators downplay these victims' stories, these survivor stories, and to still support this man tells me that they're a part of the patriarchy. So if their husband or someone they knew was doing something, they would just turn their cheek and they would just accept it. And that's what all these women do around these men, because they're submissive and they don't speak out, which is the difference in me, because I would tell them to, What
would you tell them? I know what you would say.
I mean, you
got to keep it clean, I guess, right?
Yeah, my show, what I would say, but I mean, burn them at the stake. Like, I don't agree with this conformity of, well, they won't do it again, or, it's not that big a deal, or anything like that. When you have a woman who's coming forward, like some of these creators, these right creators, and making statements like, well, I'm sure they were paid, and, well, if Biden should have released it, why didn't he release it? Listen, it doesn't matter why that didn't happen. And I believe that's because there is both parties involved in this, and that's why it goes deeper than people believe it does. But at the same time, I don't care. I just don't want to be putting money into the pockets of people who are bad people. I don't want to be shopping at stores or being a part of things if it supports, these corporations. I modeled for 9 years in Florida. I modeled for 9 years. I was even a part of John Casablanca's when I was 5-6 years old. That's what my parents, that's what my parents put me in. I never went out to New York, but I modeled in Miami and Orlando. And I knew a lot of the industry, but I am learning more now about the ties, and it's all starting to make sense because of Katie Ford and the Ford agency and how they're all intertwined with the files. And I think there are so many more survivors. I'm not going to call them victims, but survivors that are out there. So if one thing I can leave you with here, and I don't want to soapbox on your show, but one thing I can leave you here with is, you're going to hear MAGA say, well, there were 5 women on NBC and they said he's not in the files. He's not on the list. Okay. That's 5 women out of thousands of women, and maybe others, victims, survivors since the 90s, who have had the ability to come forward. Some are unalived and no longer with us. Some have been threatened. Some are afraid they'll lose their livelihood, their jobs, their identity. So we can't just take the words of 5 women who all voted for this man and say he's not on it. I want the files. I want them fully released non-redacted, and I want the truth out there. And so does every other woman, and these survivors deserve this justice.
Thank you. Thank you, Missy. Maverick, you're a MAGA woman, Maverick. Could you please just tell me why you still are supporting Donald Trump with so much information? Because on one side, I do believe you should understand, like, if there were something bad to have happened to you along these lines, you would want folks like us to rally behind and try to get you the help and support you need. But why come in here and continue to defend Donald Trump? What am I not saying? What is it Missy is not saying, Maverick, that's making this process very, very difficult? Oh, because she has an actual brain in her. Okay, well, wow. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what, Missy, again, a user said you're not helping her. You're not helping her. A lot of people aren't going to help you, Missy. I mean, not Missy, Maverick, sorry. And it's because of the sickness going on. Well, listen, I don't vote for Democrats. That's what she said. She doesn't vote for Democrats. That's her answer to
Maverick, the problem here is that you're obviously, if you're a woman, you're very submissive and insecure, and I'm sorry for that. But at this point, even though I'm a woman fighting for women's rights, and I will continue for my daughter, and unfortunately that means I'm fighting for your rights as well, because you're unaware that your rights are being stripped away and that they want you to be a vessel. I will continue to fight for women's rights, but I'm not going to hold your hand and take you to do it. You're done. If the veil hasn't been lifted, lady, keep it moving.
Thank you. And that's Missy. She just struck her with a lightning bolt. Maverick, you learned your lesson, okay, Maverick? Or because what we want to do is make sure there's no excuses. All right, well, listen, Missy, I thank you so much for coming up here. All right.
Thank you, Zeus. I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you too, ladies and gentlemen. W's in the chat for Missy. No lies detected. All right. I mean, as you all can see, ladies and gentlemen, it's been one heck of a show. I mean, look at the time. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, look at the time. It's time for Big Zeus to get up out of here. Oh my gosh, so sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but I do gotta run. All right, let's see. I want to give actually all of you a huge round of applause. Yeah, I gotta go. We did it. Listen, I'm way outside of my time slot. Bounce. You know what it is. No love lost. But when you're wrong, you just got to take accountability, all right? Seriously, I want to give a special thank you to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists, honestly, because without you, this show wouldn't be what it is. Definitely entertaining, engaging, and very, very educational. All right, seriously. Oh, my gosh. Look at the time. It's almost 9:30. But I also got to give one last round of booze and shame. I see you, Dr. Lex. All right, I've tried to get to all of you, but you got to talk to your friends that get up here. You know, some of them get pretty long-winded, but I'm not going to say anyone's name because they'll get me in trouble. W. Kabira, one last round of booze and shame, and you know who this goes out to, the Zeus haters out there, like Maverick. What she just did, despite overwhelming evidence that Donald Trump is trying to harm her, she doesn't care. She's still going to smell that dirty diaper. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give her one last round of, you guessed it, booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA daily.
All right, but Val said he has one more thing, so you know what we're going to do? Come on up here, Brother Val.
I just got to make sure that everybody understands what Jazzy did today, okay? I mean, you know, how many times, Zeus, have we heard, pull yourself up by the bootstraps?
Yeah, we've heard it quite a bit.
Heard it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Jazzy took the damn boots.
W Yazzie, W Val. She did.
She said, you don't need them damn boots. I'll be out of here. It was one of the greatest things I witnessed. I don't think seen Quad T make a comment since.
Yeah. He's done. He's been silenced, and he knows he's been silenced because we don't need to play games with people like that.
Oh, that was awesome. But no, everything was covered well today. Everybody was good in what they did. I love all the women that have come up here and talked about what is going on.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying with the e-files. This is an amazing story. And one last thing, I want everybody to remember, because she brought it up about the women.
I want to bring it up about what's been released. 33,000 documents that are mostly redacted was what was released. I want people to understand that even with those 33,000 documents, that is less than 1% of the file.
Bingo. Thank you, WW Val. Kavira, how are you doing, sis? Are you there?
Good morning.
How are you? Long time no see. You still out and about taking care and fighting a good fight?
Oh yeah, I'm fighting the good fight here
Nice.
in Louisiana, Zeus. I really just wanted to pop up and say hello to you and the Thunderdome and Val and to Keisha and Q and Shay and everyone, and I miss you guys.
All right.
As you know, I listen because I'm 2 hours ahead here in Louisiana. This is for you, Takesha, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you come on at 6:45 California time, I'm out. I'm out.
Oh.
But I figured why Louisiana is the I don't know, the BUTT hole of the United States where the poop comes out. It's the infrastructure.
Oh, really?
It is really bad here. The freeways aren't illuminated well. It's just horrible. It's just horrible.
Really?
So yeah, people who live in red states, I see why they're jealous of California, or New York, or Illinois.
Yeah.
They don't have the money. It's like a third world country.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah. But so far as our boy Donald,
yeah,
he's living on borrowed time. Even his hair is sick, Zeus. Have you seen the way his comb over? His comb over isn't even looking good anymore.
You see it?
Yeah, he looks bad. Between the Epstein files and the economy and everything is tanking. You know, they updated, I believe when I looked at the report this morning, it was 54,000 jobs added. It's been revised to like 22,000 jobs for the month of August.
Sad.
So, and the unemployment rate ticked up to 4.3%. Like I said, I'm a little bit behind on the news by working nights.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah.
Well, listen, you've been keeping up, doing it, because what you're talking about it's still relevant, so I appreciate it. And you know, Mom's is doing okay, right?
Yeah, she's doing fine. She wanted me to get her one of these hydrogen water bottles where it produces bubbles or something.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Well, listen, you got to listen to Mom and take care of her. All right.
Yeah, whatever she wanted, you know, I got it for her. But I will say this, Zeus, like I told you in your DM, I had to put a MAGA demon in their place. And the thing is, on the app, they're really bold and brave.
Yeah.
But when you talk to these people face to face, they just clam up and they look stupid.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know if you've ever talked. You probably
I do.
have talked to them.
This is why I don't take. I don't feel bad sometimes when I say what I say, because when we talk to them in real life, most of the time when it's face to face, they know they got to dial it back because there's nothing there to, you know, in terms of why they're still supporting.
Exactly.
Trump.
You know, they're just lost in the wilderness. You know, they have this dumbfounded look like they want to say something, but what they'll say doesn't hold a cup of water.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's all I really want to do is just to say hello to everyone in the Thunderdome, and hopefully in about 6 more weeks, I'll be back home in California.
Boots
and
on the ground.
I can put Louisiana behind me.
Fair enough. Well, listen, we're going to keep rooting for you and doing the work it takes, all right, and carrying the truth. But as always, it's a pleasure to check in with both you and Val. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Val and Kavira, huge round of applause. My Lord. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my goodness. All right. Listen up. You all keep spamming my chat, holding me here. I see the messages, all right, but you know, Big Zeus is behind schedule. Good morning, Doc. How are you doing?
I know you didn't say I was spamming.
No, the ones that spam.
You did not say I was spamming.
I'm sorry, I zipped it up. I'm sorry. My bad. It's been a rough day. How are you doing? Happy Friday.
I'm okay. I can't complain. I can't complain. There's been a lot, right?
Yeah.
The hearing with no consequences, I guess.
Yeah. Hold on. You have some folks in here. Mister, I'm not going. Lord, she is beautiful. Could y'all
Is
control?
on the right side of history? That's the question.
Well, I want them to control the lust, and I expect you gentlemen to behave.
I was married, y'all. I was married.
Yeah. Tell her heaven.
Been married for 21 years.
Yeah. And see, that's the secret they don't know, but that's the secret sauce right there. All right, Dr. Keisha. Look at them. They're using profanity. You got them in here using profanity in here. Shame on you,
If you're not
gentlemen.
happy,
Hold on. Shame on you, gentlemen.
It's light. It's bright. It's morning. Okay, listen. I have a question, seriously.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get on Q-Dog to start off. Because numbers actually don't mean anything. I'm going to be honest with followers on here. Some of the people that are influencers do not equal experts. And some of the people with the biggest following here are spewing nonsense. Well, let's get that right. Yeah. Because I heard there was someone in a scandal and people were like, but I trusted him. I believed him. He had all these followers. And we're like, who told you to follow someone because of followers? First of all, go Google them. Go look up their reputation, and what they hold, especially in medicine, because we have some imposter physicians that I'm going to have to do a post on.
Yeah.
They're not all like us. And one of them was on the hearing yesterday, and it was quite interesting. People that are true experts really don't have time to grow followings. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give it to you like that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I'm even at 10K, but we just don't have the time to delve in it every single day. So when you're looking for true knowledge and quality people, some of them are in the cut. So those people with less than 100 followers a chance unless they're spewing nonsense.
Facts. And I'm glad we put that to bed. Yeah, followers don't translate to success. And everyone here should know that by now.
Oh, they should. So that OB-GYN yesterday was quite embarrassing. We were streaming it, and Dr. Sharon was quite infuriated, which we are. But I'll tell you something. For you guys that don't understand what the hearing is about, the hearing was for RFK Jr. Was it show? Partly could be because everything that we heard, we already knew. To be honest, those of us, Bernie Sanders did a great job. Many of them did a great job. But when we break it down, we don't have time for good jobs. We need to do action. So I hope y'all do 5 calls. I hope you guys go to savehhs.org that I'm putting in all my posts.
Okay.
And savehhs.org is multiple coalitions. Doctors for America. There is actually a journalism for healthcare. I forgot or journalism for science. There's several other groups, firedbutfighting.org. But if you go to savehhs.org,
I like it.
They did a letter yesterday, and that letter had over 6,000 signatures from HHS employees. They also put down the timeline, and they'll tell you what you can do. So you can go to Doctors for America. I joined doctorsforamerica.org.
Yeah. I'm looking at it. It starts out, it's time for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to resign. Wow. Big red letters. Thank you, Dr. Keisha. Facilitate the firing of the Senate confirmed. Yeah, he's done a lot of things. He's contributed to the Senate confirmed firing of the CDC director, Susan Manares. Yeah. And he caused others to resign. Yeah.
What was funny was when he kind of stuttered on his words, because he stuttered on his words a lot of the time. By the way, he has something called laryngeal dysphonia. How he got it could be to his previous and continuous use of certain things, to be honest. So it's a self-induced issue he has. So we don't have to feel sorry for that.
Yeah.
But some of the things that he has done and the way he was studying around it, we need to make sure that it doesn't. Because the only person that can really get rid of him at the end of the day with all these hearings is the person that we know won't get rid of him at the end of the day. Unless he wants to get his Nobel Peace Prize, I don't know. Because what's going to happen is so many people are going to unalive that I'm concerned. Florida, Dr. I don't even want to pronounce his name. He's not like us. That Surgeon General in Florida, you guys, is like getting the bottom of the barrel of medicine.
The one that's recommending that children not get vaccinated.
was already passing it through. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like he's already passing it through as well. There's several other states that are doing it. So I was like looking, and I don't like to do like the politic thing. I want to practice medicine. I want to be able to do it, but they're making it real hard. Conservative states are not coming to battle for you all. I want y'all to know that. Even though all of them were born in the age where their mommy and daddy gave them immunizations and they went to school safely, they want to rogue it for you all. But we do know that there's a coalition happening on the West Coast. There's also a coalition that's forming, a regional coalition that's happening in the East, and several other places. But Texas, y'all, we have to fight for ourselves. We have to call, I'm going to call Al Green. We've got to call our representatives because we're not in it. However, Texas is the state where anybody can get the immunization. I heard Walgreens now has it. New York just signed into it to make sure everybody in New York, shout out to New York, can get it. If only y'all didn't have rodents running around, I may come there. You actually do. And you have Legionella and be concerned about that in the cooling centers. But people are coming to the plate. So at the end of the day, there is light in the tunnel. I'll leave all this to you guys. I don't like to name call. I told you that. I'm not wishing it. I'm not diagnosing Trump's health. I could care less about his health. I care about y'all's health.
Thank you.
So your call to action is go to savehhs.org. Also, your call to action is, I know there's a lot of doctors, but you know you guys complain when we're talking about healthcare for all that we don't have doctors like us, Dr. Leslie, Dr. Atusa. Are you guys uplifting and amplifying the voices of diverse doctors?
Amen.
Are you doing it?
Amplify it.
You see a lot of people in lives, but are you saying, hey, but I see some people doing it, but are you guys saying, hey, by the way, there's a medical collective where there's this, there's Black doctors doing this, do it. Because we can't do it without you. And I'm going to hang my hat on my podcast in December if I can't get those numbers to grow. So support us, y'all. We trying it. And I don't have the time to be on here all day. So we got to do it together.
All right. Well, we're going to lock arms with you, Doc, and we're going to keep supporting you. Hopefully you don't have to hang your hat up in December. All right. But it's very important that you keep going. All right. Because there's a lot of people who depend and rely on you, whether you believe it or not. They don't.
You know, I travel for work. I try to do this, but like I was listening to Q Dog. You know, it's hard, Q Dog, some people to get those numbers into those reach. And I'll tell you, healthcare too. I've learned sometimes I had a hashtag for ivermectin that got like 3 views. So they suppress stuff, and we got to learn how to
get
to
it
go
out
around
there.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. And we'll help you as best we can. All right. Yeah. Like Kabir says, don't hang your hat, Doc. All right. Keep your head up. Like Tupac's saying. All right. Well, listen, Doc, I got to get up out of here. All right. And thank you for making it in on such a short notice. And again, yes, we will be supporting you going forward. All right.
Thank you. All right. Take care.
All right. There you go.
Well, y'all, he's going to be McDonald's free, right? Fried chicken free. You got an air fryer. That's what you're going to get for Christmas, an air fryer. For
I got the air fryer, and I don't eat McDonald's, but you know, we did knock out the bacon and the soda, right? And so, and I really didn't do much of that to begin with, but it's just something I felt we should just go ahead and knock that out. I don't like turkey bacon, and I'm not going to go that route either, but we'll try to keep it clean, healthy over here, all right? And so, thank you for the advice, all right? Huh?
You got the physical down. We're going to get the diet down.
There you go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, again, Dr. Keisha Davis, no lies detected. All right, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, we are well past overtime on a Friday, but it was totally worth it. I'll deal with the blowback. All right. It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, take care and have a great rest of your morning. We are out of here. We're out of here. What a show! Have a great rest of your morning. Y'all got your boy working overtime. Thank you. Let's go. Stacy. What a show! Let's go, let's go! Have a great rest of your morning! WVIP! Alright, we haven't done it all week. We haven't done it all week, we'll do it. Alright, we'll do drill, baby, drill, then I gotta go.
She's a radical left Marxist. She can't help it. But we're going to end that, and we will
finally
frack, 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 and drill, baby, drill.
Right? I haven't done it all week.
Drill, baby, drill. We're going to be drilling so deep. We're going to be, for these guys, we're going to drill. We're going to take out so much money. We're going to pay down our debt. We're going to lower your taxes.
Here he goes.
Insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal Lecter, drill, baby, drill, gonna frack, frack, drill, there's a black, frack, frack, there's a baby, there's a lots of baby, this is gonna bang, yeah. Up in there, she was against, tracking against all the stuff, and then all the stuff, and then all the stuff, and then all the stuff, everybody knew to Africa. When she was getting killed in the back, she said, I like fracking very much, look, they always go back to what they want, they always go back,
She can't help it, she's a radical!
she can't help it,
and we're gonna end that,
and we will frack, 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 and drill, baby, drill, we're gonna drill, baby, drill, we're gonna be drilling so deep, we're gonna be for these guys, we're gonna drill, we're gonna take out
so much money, we're gonna pay down our debt, we're gonna lower your
taxes deep,
insane asylums.
You know they go crazy when I say a little bit Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill, we're gonna frack, frack, frack.
Drill, baby, drill, like it's Hannibal Lecter.
Tell baby, drill, we're gonna drill, baby, drill, we're gonna drill, like
it's Hannibal Lecter.
Tell baby, drill, we're gonna drill, baby, drill, we're gonna drill, like it's Hannibal Lecter. Tell baby, drill, we're gonna drill, baby, drill, like it's Hannibal Lecter.
Here goes.
You know they go crazy when I say
what?
The late great Hannibal Lecter. They say, why would he mention Hannibal Lecter?
Yeah. Why would you mention Hannibal Lecter?
We're gonna lower your taxes.
Oh.
Deep insane asylums.
Deep?
You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal. Drill, 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 baby, drill, drill, baby, drill, like it's Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill, lower your taxes. Deep insane asylums.
You know they go crazy
when I say the late great Hannibal.
Drill, hit it, let's go, how low? Hey! Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter time. That part, keep insane asylum. Alright, listen, Tiny Tank Top Tim, he ain't got it, baby, he ain't got it, I seen him. Broke as a joke. What you need help with? Oh, no way, we're gonna pay off all your debt. And then you know what we're gonna do, Leah? Guess what? We're gonna lower your taxes like you wouldn't believe it. Because guess what? There's so much liquid gold underneath our feet. And all we gotta do is drill, baby, drill to get to it. And then after that, we'll do a little bit of the fracking. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Take care. Seriously.